chest and the Timmons. Yo, I'm the man in charge, triple dip justice. My reach is large, indicting T-Rex arms. Yeah, they on display. Short reach, big mess on a public way. Yo, adjust your antennas, tune in tight. Cossy rules the bench, I'm the law tonight. Be so high, they touch the sky. The joke ain't over, just watch me fly. Adjust your antennas, tune in tight. Cossy rules the bench, I'm the law tonight. Be so high, they touch the sky. The joke ain't over, just watch me fly. Advanced years, wisdom stacked. Try me once, no turning back. James Jackson ordered, case dismissed. CossyG strikes, you won't resist. Order in the court, the rhythm pounds. Justice echoes, breaking bounds. Prosecutor by day, mic in hand by night. Adjust your antennas, I'm the signal, alright. Antennas, tune in tight. Cossy rules the bench, I'm the law tonight. Be so high, they touch the sky. The joke ain't over, just watch me fly. Yeah, adjust your antennas, tune in tight. Cossy rules the bench.
What about that? Can you hear me now? God, my stomach is grumbling. Can you guys hear me? Okay, you can. All right. Sorry. Give me 1 minute. I got to close this shade. It's too sunny. Oh, God, it's way too sunny in here. That might be better. All right. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, advanced years. I get it. All right. How's everybody doing? What's going on? Guys want to get petty for a few minutes? I mean, I want to get in on the fun sometime. I paid $2. I mean, I didn't pay 100 like Will Clara, but I did pay $2, and I think it's worth it. Yeah, I'm in kind of a weird mood. I haven't had much sleep, like maybe an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, maybe. So I'm a little goofy, and all right, let's do it. I kind of don't want to be on camera. I'm a mess. But anyways, here we go. Okay, all right. Let me do this.
kill tonight. And I thought we'd come on and just give everybody some kind of members only content. I don't know, super free flow. We're going to talk about
all right, people, you can hear
FOIA
that and you can
request
hear
that I
me, right?
did and how to kind of like
Can you
answer
hear me
the
now?
FOIA request.
Can you hear me now?
I found it ridiculous, the response that they gave me, Nan, and we're going to talk obviously, more about that. But I do have a surprise for everybody tonight too, and I'm going to give everybody a sneak preview of something that I've been working on and kind of shaking the channel up a little bit. You guys are going to start seeing some new things, on the channel, and it's just time to shake things up. And other than doing the live streaming and stuff, but I'm started creating videos, and I'm sure everybody's starting to notice that now. And I've always loved like filmmaking, the art of filmmaking, and I'm working with a fucking brilliant editor right now. And he's really good, and it's nice. I just take all my collective thoughts, Nan, and I go, here, make this happen.
Oh my God.
And it's really been working good. So
but they know how to do that. I don't know how to do any of that.
Yeah, we know. You're just admiring from afar or something, whatever he said.
I can put the ideas together, but all the transitioning and the music that he does and the graphics, like I can't, like I'm gonna show everybody like how I edit a video. I just did a Tully video about a week ago, a couple days ago, and then I'm gonna show everybody tonight like what this guy can put together, and it's really great. I'm having a lot of fun, and he's like super into it, he's learning now. So this video is Karen related, and he's learning about the case because he never, he's just an editor, but now he's like excited.
Hold on. He's Nan, I don't know if y'all, if you're familiar with editing, he's an editor. Okay. So, having said that, let's move on.
It's like, oh, that really happened. And tell me more about that. So it's been pretty fun.
So fun.
And he's, I see him frequently in your chat.
Yeah.
So that's great. And it's always refreshing to me when new people learn about the Karen Reed case and other cases you're interested in, because it just helps spread the news.
Hey, Diane, how are you? Melissa's in here as well. Making changes in here. Nice to see you. Hey. Cindy's in here. Cindy's great. It's been a while. I haven't seen Cindy in a while. Making changes is hi, Nan. So let's
hi,
see.
Patrick.
Cindy says, I'll watch when I get home. Miss everything. Out driving. Hello, Brian and Nan. Good to see you. Thank you. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, well.
So what do you want to do first? We have the FOIA we can talk about, or we can show the videos.
Whoa,
leave them.
Why me ask the chat? What does the chat want to see?
Ooh. I would say leave them begging for more. I would
beg.
But
man,
it's up to them.
Dirty bitch.
Because I'm not.
So
in
you guys vote. Do you want to talk about the FOIA first, or do you want to see the new video that's going to be launching tomorrow? They gotta let us know. But anyway, how was your day? Were you doing lawyering? What do you say? Lawyering things? Is that what you?
Okay, so Brian has trouble with words. Like I got a little bit of like a speech thing that I really like, but like he is. I mean, he doesn't, but he just can't say words. So
call it or
lawyerly things.
Lawyerly things.
Like going on X and being like, oh my God. Okay. I don't even want to get into it. Maybe we'll do that after.
Briefs and motions and projects. I met with a client. I picked up records. Boring. A lot of people think the life of a lawyer is what we see in like Alan Jackson and all the panache. And it's definitely.
No, we never thought that you were anything like that. Not even a little. So no, not really.
Not so exciting, but busy. And I guess the saying is, I got the skills to pay the bills.
You got the skills to pay the bills. I like that.
No, you didn't.
To pay the bills. All right. So everybody wants to see the video. So here's the thing. I'm going to play it for the members tonight, but I have to have the promise from everybody in the chat.
We
promise. You guys are gonna see
it
tonight, but when it drops tomorrow,
hold on. Do you guys hold on? Does this hairpiece make me look silly? I mean, really, I mean, does it kind of blend in? I mean, be truthful. I mean, I feel like it, it looks, is it not my color or something? I mean, what are you guys laughing about? It's kind of rude, man. I paid a lot of money for this.
Got to go over and interact with the video. I gotta see if you guys can make that commitment. Let me know in the chat. Just say yes. Just give a yes in the chat. So tomorrow it's gonna drop, and at some point tomorrow throughout the day, you've got to go over, interact with it, and leave a comment.
Thank you so much.
And a thumbs up.
You're talking about on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So
Hold on.
I don't know if that drops on other social media platforms.
No, on my YouTube channel. Yeah.
You are talking about what are they the tubes of YouTube? Is that where this platform resides, Brian?
So you guys got to tell me, just say yes, I can do that tomorrow, and then we'll pull the video up and play it. But I'll do this first. So I'll show you my when I need to like edit and put things together really, really quick. I threw this one together the other day because it took me a while. Like I got that Tully file, and sometimes it takes you a while to go through, and people have to remember like I work. So it's not like I get it and then I can just start.
Here comes the old Brian I work thing. And here comes, the sadness.
Spewing everything out there. And I thought that one of the things that yes, I'll link it in X, of course. And one of the things, yes, perfect. And one of the things that
chat, y'all,
really caught my attention with these EES reports, and Nan and I actually walked through this in the Tully testimony the other day. And if you haven't seen that video, please go watch it. It makes some really great points about the timeline of how this all like lined up. But I'm gonna play, the videos I've been putting together, and then I'm gonna play the new one that I'm really happy about. It came out really great. But I'll play about a minute of this. This is kind of what I threw together the other day. Yesterday, obtained the full internal affairs investigation file involving Massachusetts State Police Lieutenant Brian Tully for his conduct during the Karen Reed trials. The records were released to me by the MSP Division of Standards and Training, Office and Professional Integrity and Accountability.
Wow.
The file contains 24 exhibits along with sworn internal affairs testimony from Lieutenant Brian Tully and Lieutenant John Fanning. Being asked about that.
It's not bad, huh, Nan? What do you think? It's like 3 seconds in. Well, I mean, it's not bad. And she's like,
Karen Reed's trials. Over the coming week, I'll be releasing and breaking down these documents here on my channel, including table reads of key testimony so the public can hear the words exactly as they were said, not filtered, not summarized, and not softened. So let me be absolutely clear about what this is. This is not a summary. It's not a press release. This is the actual internal investigation file. After looking through the file, what I found in the exhibits are official MSP evaluation reports signed off by high-ranking MSP officials, including Brian Tully. In those evaluations, we'll see former Trooper Michael Proctor, Sergeant Yuri Buchanan, Lieutenant John Fanning. On July 12, 2000,
he might cry.
2024, Lieutenant Brian Tully became the subject of an internal affairs investigation after he failed to discipline former Trooper Michael Proctor and Lieutenant John Fanning during an employee evaluation process. All right. So that's kind of the one I put together the other day. That one's out there. You guys can check that one out. I'll leave it. I'll leave the link, but I want to give you guys a sneak of the new one.
Whoa.
That was very good, Brian.
Not bad, but wait, come on. Like, Nan, you saw the new one. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean,
like
okay, there is a difference.
Aria's style is just so good.
There is a little difference, but everybody starts somewhere.
I just feel like I can riff with you all day. It may be other stuff later.
Yeah, and I can just put stuff together and go, this is what we need to do. And like, we have our little, so what I do is
an artist. You know what I mean? He doesn't even think about it. He just shoots from the hip. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, when I just do my thing, it flows out of me. I don't even think about it.
I'll film, and you guys will see this. I'm filming. I get all the pieces together for him, and I'll label them. And then I have like a call sheet.
Hey, we're getting a little inside baseball.
He doesn't know, like, this is my call sheet. So I'll label like video one, and I'll have like video one, and then my idea of
Just for you suckers out there, this is an inside peek. This is behind the scenes LTL. So listen up, and if you're interested in this type of thing, maybe get a channel and do what he's doing. Pretty
of
cool.
like
I like
what
it.
kind of graphics I want, or so he knows, so it's easier for him. I give him the call sheet, he'll line everything up, and then like what we'll do is like once or twice a week,
We just
maybe
start
3 times,
riffing, we start
we'll get on
spitballing.
like a StreamYard like this, obviously not broadcasting it, but and then we just go through it, and I'll be like, he'll go, you know, how do you like this transition, or should we, you know, maybe we need a sound effect there,
maybe
or put
we
some
need
text
to,
on the screen, or I'll go, all right, wait, go back, like let's edit.
well, hold on, man. Listen, you guys can go pay for this somewhere, or you can watch it here.
Let's cut that out, and we'll add this, and you know, him and I just do it for hours, and then like he'll leave it, and I won't hear from him for like 3 or 4 days. It's like I have it
3
done.
or 4 days,
And then he's like, let's do a
Bloody
final
lives with
watch
you.
through. Go ahead.
I don't want to interrupt you, and I want to apologize to your audience if I'm glitching, but
No, you're fine.
I think people, including myself, need to understand when they see videos, because they're everywhere in our social media.
Well, hold on. What she just okay? She's given us. You know, he went with the inside information. Now she's giving it to us. So listen up.
We
Yeah.
consume things like this, and it does require creative and substantive input from the creator. It's not just like, hey, video.
You know what? I hadn't thought of that before. Like, videos are very prevalent in our society, and it does take a bit of skill in a certain area, if I'm characterizing that correctly. Brian Lover.
Video editor, can you please whip this up for me?
Yeah.
No, it's such a robust amount of input from you. So this is a big undertaking.
It's a lot
Hold
of
on,
like,
hold on.
put it this way.
You know, I was going to try to keep going, but we got to go back on that one.
Substantive input from the creator. It's not just like, hey, video editor, can you please whip this up for me?
Yeah.
No, it's such a robust amount of input from you.
Did you hear that? It's getting a robust amount of input from.
So this is a big undertaking.
It's a lot of work. Like, put it this way, an 8-minute video, sometimes an 8-minute video can take you 8 hours.
Okay. What did he just say?
Just shoot.
Ugh.
Yeah. And it's funny
Yeah.
because, and
An 8-minute video.
I don't know
can
if you
take
guys
8
knew,
hours.
no, but last Sunday I actually shot for a documentary, and it's not Karen Reed related, but it's related to some content on my channel. They're
Okay,
creating
alright.
a documentary about one of the stories I covered,
Okay.
and they came to my house. They loaded in at like 10 in the morning.
Yep, yeah.
Took them 2 hours to set cameras up,
Get out of town.
and then we shot from 12 to 8:30 at night. So, and he goes, he says to me, like, this is what we need
And he
as far
says-
as footage. And he goes, now you look at this and you see all this stuff, like how many hours of footage that they film or films, and how much stuff hits the cutting room floor to make a 2-hour movie. You know, they might have, you know, I don't know,
Man,
hours and hours of footage, and it gets cut down into, you know, a 2-hour movie. And, you know, like he said to me,
I mean, you wouldn't believe how much stuff makes it, you know, on the cutting room floor or something. Like, people talk about stuff like
this
that.
will probably get cut down to like a 5-minute segment, you know, through the editing
Oh my
process.
goodness, Brian. It's so
but
grueling.
it, you know, it's cool. Like, it was really great experience. It was cool to work with like a director and you know, hear their thoughts of like things that they want to talk about. We went through kind of a rapid and Q. It was cool to work with like a director and hear their thoughts of like things that they want to talk about. We went through kind of a rapid Q&A, like constant Q&A. We took some breaks in between. The camera guy was solid.
Yeah, it was like ba ba da ba 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 ba, and I was like, and it just flows out of me. Like I don't even know.
Super awesome. Even he was asking me questions, and it was just a great overall experience. And I'm super excited to see how this is going to turn out.
I am too.
We'll see.
Super awesome.
We'll see. So it was a really cool experience.
Pretty cool.
All right, let's play the new video for everybody. So again, I need
Do it.
everybody's commitment. I'm going to play it tomorrow.
Paid $2 for this shit. Let's do it.
It's going to drop at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I just need at some point, you guys over the next couple of days to go over and interact on this. All right. So we saw my editing style.
He has a tremendous amount of hair right now. I mean, he now has a full head of hair. That's interesting. It's good work if you can get it.
This is just like worlds beyond of what this guy can do. So it's really cool. Let's do this really quick. In a few weeks, I do behind the scenes of editing.
Whoa.
Oh, okay, cool. In a few weeks, do a behind the scenes of editing.
Well,
Yeah, that's
little
something
more
that we're gonna
inside
do.
baseball.
And Aria wants to actually do that on his channel, like in a live stream, and we'll do it just real time. So we're planning to do that. Probably going to do that for the next video. And definitely when that happens, I'll post a link.
He has become fully consumed with himself. I mean,
in my community page, you guys can come over and watch, because it is a very fun process to go through, and it is very interesting. Bro. And sometimes we're there for like 4 or 5 hours. You lose track of time.
Oh my God.
You're like,
so much fun.
Forever. Karen, thank you so much for the $20 super chats. This question for Nan. Great. I love this.
Ooh,
have you seen or read Lindsay Clancy's civil suit against all of her doctors? Heartbreaking. All of the meds they were keep trying, which she has been adversely reacted to. Was hoping you would talk about it sometime.
Yes, thank you, Karen. I did read that lawsuit, and that would make for a great evening discussion, Brian, because in Lindsay Clancy's
what about a morning discussion, Nan?
Case, it kind of touches upon a lot of different areas in my field of law. She's suing all the doctors, and there's adverse reactions to the medications could potentially have contributed to her symptomology, which then was not managed properly, and then may have contributed to the tragic deaths that were tied to that case. So yes, I did read that, Karen, and I'd be happy to provide input on it. I mean, tonight's probably not the night.
Man, can you stop looking directly into our souls? It's freaking me out.
Yeah, we'll do something on it. Yeah, we'll do something on it.
Brian, if there's ever, cases where you're like, hey, I'm not really up on this, but perhaps it's something I am.
Oh, I mean,
I'm always willing to educate.
I mean, you have the video pro here, the tech wizard, and the legal genius. I mean, this is a match made in heaven. Or somewhere else.
You or your chat on different true crime cases that intrigue me. And I'm by no means saying you're not following Lindsay Clancy's case.
You wouldn't.
I can talk true crime till I'm blue in the face.
Well, all right. Okay.
She was the one that was down, I think, in Plymouth that unalived her children, and then the police showed up, and she jumped from like a 3rd or a 2nd floor window and actually, I think, broke her neck.
Yes, and there were mental
health. Is she
health.
Immobile now? She's
Brian's very contemplative right now. He's in his creative mode.
Paralyzed. Waist down or the neck down? I think it's from the neck down.
Neck down.
But I can tell you.
And I could be wrong. Maybe the chat knows.
There's pieces of that case that
she's paralyzed. Yeah.
They're so intriguing to me in terms of, she had ordered food far away for her husband to pick up so she could be alone with the children.
I wish they wouldn't speak on matters they don't know about.
It's just, there's so many different cases up in Massachusetts that everyone keeps saying, "Hey, Nam, why do you focus on Massachusetts?"
Aren't
And I
there
keep
any
saying,
in New
"Because it's like
Jersey?
It's
all of these
interesting. There's a
cases
lot of
Oh my
cases.
God.
Yeah.
keep happening here." So
Yeah, Duxbury,
Karen, I'd be
that's right.
happy to talk about it. Hey,
Thank you,
Natalie.
Mama.
Thank you, Mama. Appreciate
Yeah.
you.
And then they're trying to, I think there's some postpartum or maybe some depression that's involved in this too, I heard, or
I think it was depression. I haven't read like the hard facts of the case in a couple months, but I did read the
Here is the video technical perfectionist shoving his face with food and drinking. Well, I mean, at least I do that off camera, and I do that quite a bit, but I go off camera.
the lawsuit that was filed, and it intrigued me because I do healthcare law, which involves all different areas of practice, like criminal, civil, administrative, involving healthcare practitioners, and that ranges from simple misdemeanors to murder cases that I handle for doctors, and a whole wide range of those different allegations that can befall a doctor. But in Lindsay's case, there were I think she suffered from depression, if I recall, and
postpartum. Yeah, Karen's saying postpartum.
Did she read any of your tweets?
Postpartum, yeah. And PPD also is involved in the Kelsey Fitzsimmons case, which is
correct.
That's really important because these audiences, as I understand it, on YouTube are like predominantly in this sphere is predominantly female. So many of us have firsthand experience either with PPD, or we can at least relate to it, that men don't fully understand. But I know men like you and others who want to learn more about it and learn how it can absolutely play a role in circumstances surrounding tragedies.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I've been very open about my mental health. I've been working on that for the past year. I think mental health is super important, especially.
Do you? I mean, I feel like it's not that big of a deal.
Especially today with a lot of the stuff that we deal digitally online, and I know that you and I have gone through a lot of that over this last 6 months, brutally.
Me and you, Nan. But we haven't been doing any of it ourselves. We've just been kind of absorbing it all. And, we've taken a lot of heat, man.
So, it's very important for people to take part in some type of mental health. And that, I think, is going to be a big thing for the future as well, too. And it's going to be interesting to see cases now where before, maybe 20 years
these people are turning into each other.
Ago, a lot of this was just ignored, and they said, oh, they're just crazy. But now that we can actually dig into this and diagnose and see.
Wait, hold on. We didn't have diagnosis until recently, since Brian got his channel. I think it's been around for a bit. I mean, DSM-5 came out a while back.
If there was any type of diagnosis for that behavior, it may, help in the advantage of the possible suspect or victim in these cases.
And this issue also touches upon the Eddie O'Brien case that JFK.
Okay, I'll get into the Eddie O'Brien stuff later. I don't even want to, because I know that's their thing. And I know a bunch of people that were upstate with that dude. And listen, I'll get into it later. But anyways, so I got my pin in the mail today because I was half monetized. I was waiting for a pin, and you got to put the pin in. And I'm like, nothing happened. I put the pin in, and I have to wait until, I don't know. I don't even, you got to wait another 2 weeks or something like that to be actually monetized and put your bank information and stuff. So do I even have this stuff? Oh, I do. So, I mean, if you ever felt like doing it, I feel weird even saying it.
And James Jackson, Kevy Kev, and Jay Brill have been looking into, because that involved, there is a conviction of Eddie O'Brien from back in the 90s. And he was, I believe, 15 at the time of the M or red rum that happened.
She's saying red rum. Have you ever seen what this lady writes? And she's on here being like, unalived, red rum, grape. You know what I mean? Like, Nan, we know that's not how you sound in your head.
And he was convicted, obviously, thereafter. But there's been studies that show just mentally and psychologically, the brain isn't fully formed until you're formed and developed until you're into your 20s. So JFK and all the crew have been talking about that with some of their panelists about how, you know, should he have been tried as an adult, and what are the different, to use his word, tentacles that kind of relate.
That's JFK's word right there.
To that, did he fully appreciate if he had done it? And I believe in his innocence, but if Eddie O'Brien had done it, did he fully understand the nature and gravity of what he was doing? So I love just focusing on and analyzing the mental and psychological and emotional parts of a crime, because it really helps people study crime. And my goal as a small little voice and person who's interested in these things is to kind of say, well, we can spread awareness. So hopefully it can change laws. It can help jurors in the future approach a set of facts in more enlightened ways.
Right. Yeah, I love Natalie says this is interesting too. She said it's going to be interesting to see how AI will really affect our mental health negatively. And we can almost probably throw positive in there too. I'm sure there's going to be tons of studies on that. And then she says, I heard gut health can affect mental health, and it can.
You heard that?
Absolutely can.
Yeah. Hold on.
Your gut is huge in maintaining the chemistry inside your body. I mean, it's how we absorb. Think about it. It's how we absorb.
This is my LTL Brian get up. Hi, I'm LTL Brian, and I'd like to talk to you today about gut health. Okay.
Food. It's how we absorb nutrients and minerals and vitamins. So that's very, very important. And that's why people have deficiencies. Like some people have like B deficiencies and B vitamin and B complex.
Dan, did you know that some people have like deficiencies and they can affect them in different ways? I mean, I don't know if you were aware of that. I just wanted to. This is
super important for the brain and mental health.
Oh, I agree with that. And on a personal note, like I had lost a substantial amount of weight in my life over the last 2.5 years or so naturally. And
is there a lot of leftover stuff?
My diet changed completely. And by doing that, I saw an improvement in mental health, because it was a bad diet. I believe in, if you eat bad foods, you're going to have bad effects from it. But mental health wise, I noticed a difference. And then now on a personal note, I also see a nutritionist, and eating the right things does help me feel better.
So, how does that work now?
So that's an interesting point. I think Natalie put that up, and I agree. And also her point about AI. Like I'm interested in all of this. I am
also interested. Skinwalker Nance.
The discussion and comments that are coming through.
Yeah, and I'm on a shit run of eating right now. Like really, I'm eating terrible again. Like really bad. And
it's okay to
don't tell that to your hair, because it's coming in full.
Cheat with diet, you know.
I'm on a really bad run right now. I need to buck up and get back on track.
Someone once taught me tomorrow is a new day.
Yeah.
So
but wait, hold on. That was an important nugget right there. We should probably take that back a little bit.
Eating terrible again, like really bad. And
it's okay to cheat with
diet. I'm on a really bad run right now. I need to buck up and get back on track.
Someone once taught me tomorrow is a new day.
Yeah, so I was doing really well. I was down 13 pounds. I want to lose another 10, but I'm starting to kind of buck back up again. By the way, I want to honor John O'Keefe because today is 4 years. 4 years since John O'Keefe stepped out of. And I'm on a shit run of eating right now. Like really, I'm eating terrible again, like really bad. And
it's okay to cheat with diet, you know?
I'm on a really bad run right now. I need to buck up and get back on track. Okay.
Someone once taught me tomorrow is a new day.
Someone once taught her that tomorrow, let me see how I can put this, is a new day. Did you guys? I mean, we're getting a lot of information in this stream that we didn't kind of realize before we started. Feel free to support the channel.
Yeah, so I was doing really well. I was down 13 pounds. I want to lose another 10, but I'm starting to kind of buck back up again. By the way, I want to honor John O'Keefe because today is 4 years. 4 years since John O'Keefe stepped out of Karen Reed's SUV and walked into 34 Fairview and unfortunately lost his life to the people that are inside that house.
Shit, I gotta zoom in.
And I want to make sure that people understand that the video that you watch is very important and is going to tie into this of why the people that are inside that house.
Why does it not work?
And I want to make sure that people understand that the video that you watch is very important and is going to tie into this of why, you know, Karen's civil battle is still very, very important. So let's do this. Let's pull up the new video. And again, I need everybody's commitment. Please, tomorrow, this is going to drop at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just need you at some point through your YouTube journey tomorrow to please go check this out, watch it in full, give it a thumbs up, and please leave a comment because that will help.
And please tell me I'm pretty in the comments.
Push this out and share it. Share it with your friends on your social media, family, like whoever's interested in this. But let's see. AV Designs, brilliant work here of putting this all together. This is really great. All right, here we go.
Quite the...
I'm excited.
I'm very excited. I paid $2 for this shit. I'm very excited. Whoa. Cutscene. Get a Massachusetts. The Karen Reed trial. Starring Crying Brian LTL and Cochran Hand.
Now that Karen Reed has been acquitted in her criminal trials, a lot of people are asking the same question.
What are they asking?
Is this finally over? And the short answer is no. And the longer, more important answer is this is exactly where the real fight begins. Yes, Karen Reed.
Yes, it's true. She is out of the criminal clutches of the Commonwealth. However, there remains.
Was acquitted. The jury heard the evidence and they rejected the Commonwealth's case. But if you think that verdict means the truth about what happened to John O'Keefe has been fully uncovered, it hasn't, because the criminal case may be over, but the accountability questions it exposed are...
You guys remember South Park? Accountability Buddy? Remember that? Where's my accountability buddy?
Far from answering. This case is no longer just about one defendant. It's about how investigations are conducted, how narratives are built, and how power and greed operates within law.
By the way, that Tommy, we did it. I said that to him yesterday. I'm like, Tommy, we did it. It was good. He started cracking up. You can't send him either.
Enforcement itself. And most importantly, it's about what happens when the system
Actually,
gets it wrong.
I shouldn't say
this
that.
Is why
he laughed, but I don't know if he can't stand him or not. I shouldn't say that.
Now matters just as much as what already happened in criminal court. After her acquittal, Karen Reed filed a major civil rights lawsuit. This is not symbolic. It is a detailed legal filing alleging she was framed for the 2022.
Just so you know, this is not symbolic.
Death of her boyfriend, John O'Keefe. The lawsuit accuses Massachusetts State Police investigators and Canton residents of conspiring to falsely accuse her to close the case quickly and protect others from scrutiny. According to the lawsuit, Karen Reed alleges evidence was fabricated or manipulated. Taillight fragments were planted.
What? Hold on. Were you guys aware of this?
To fit a narrative, evidence was destroyed or never preserved, testimony was coordinated, and investigative decisions were made before facts supported them. These are not claims of simple mistakes. These are allegations of misconduct under the...
Wait, he's claiming that this is not incompetence. This is willful, like, negligence even? I mean, is that...
color of law. Let's bring in our legal analyst,
I know that person.
attorney Nan Gallagher. So Nan, we keep hearing that Karen's criminal trial is over.
Look at it, it's both of them. It's them. It's them, and then there's them.
She won, but why does her fight for justice continue? And why should the public and her supporters remain invested as her...
I feel really weird right now. It's so weird, man.
Civil cases move forward?
Wow, that's a great question. Really, the best answer I would give you or anyone who's been acquitted.
Go look at my vile tweets, Brian. They tell more, let's say, the story of my inner being than this bullshit
of
does.
Criminal charges is that that's only half the battle. When your reputation has been smeared, your civil rights have been violated. In Karen's case, even though really 2 juries acquitted her on the most fundamental charges she was facing, that's only one half of her battle. Now that she is a defendant in a wrongful death lawsuit against her, which is a civil litigation, and she's a plaintiff in 2 civil rights actions and in federal court, what she needs to do is prove for civil monetary damages that her rights were violated.
What are we doing here? I mean, this is real.
And that she's been vindicated fully at all levels, because it's really not enough, Brian, for a criminal defendant to say, I was found not guilty, because that's not exoneration.
Not really.
Once you have civil juries saying she did not do this by a lesser burden of proof, we did not find that there's enough.
Brian, I'm going to need you to cut that throat clearing out next time. What your editor?
Evidence to say she's remotely responsible. So it's important for people to invest their time, their energy, their talking points with friends, colleagues around the water cooler, as well as any monetary support they can offer.
There's still a good ways to go.
We will get to, through the civil, much more liberal processes in the discovery phase, we'll get more of the answers that were not let in either of the criminal trials.
Nan, do these civil cases get her closer and get the public closer to really finding what happened to John O'Keefe?
Absolutely. Because in discovery, in civil cases, they're much more wide open in terms of what is considered relevant. A lot of evidence is considered relevant evidence, which is more probable than not offered to lead to discoverable evidence before a jury.
I mean,
so in the civil realm, as opposed to the criminal realm.
I think the word that you're looking for, Nan, is preponderance, but
we get in a situation where a lot of answers come, a lot of questions can be asked, and a lot of documents can be produced. And civil judges are much more relaxed in terms of what they feel is relevant and admissible to go before a jury. And that's where we're going to see where the sausage and how the sausage is made in all of this. And that,
by the way, I just looked, and it is members only. Okay. But this is from the 29th, right? That's the day before yesterday. 35 likes.
That's ultimately a lot of those questions are what frustrated many supporters of Karen Read through the criminal process, because unfortunately, in my opinion, the judge during both criminal trials 1 and 2 was very strict in what she would allow in and very heavy-handed in her objection process. So while we're going through these 3 civil cases, that's where we're really going to see the answers and the accountability. And ultimately,
Brian, I'm going to need you to cut that out, man.
Hopefully a very vindicated and exonerated.
Hey, Connor, what's up, dude?
And that's why I'm excited to see these civil cases go forward.
By the way, I didn't know if you, I missed the bus and I had to wait till 5:30.
That is Attorney Nan Gallagher, and that's why you are the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much,
Ryan.
man. I love.
So you might be asking
thank you. I mean, I love you.
yourself, who is named in this lawsuit? Well, the lawsuit names and identifies Massachusetts State Police investigators involved in this case, including former trooper Michael Proctor, Sergeant Gary Buchanan, and Lieutenant Brian Tully. Howie, what's it going to take to really clean up the Mass State Police? Does that ever happen?
I don't know. I mean, they bring in all these people like this guy Noble, the new guy from New Jersey. He's originally from Rhode Island. I don't think he knows any of this stuff. I don't think he knows. Probably doesn't want to know.
Also named civilian witnesses from Canton who testified against Reed, including Brian Albert, Nicole Albert, Jennifer McCabe, Matthew McCabe, and Brian Higgins. This isn't speculation. This is sworn litigation where testimony, timelines, and communications are examined under oath. Originally filed in state court, this case was moved to federal court, and that matters. Karen Reed is alleging federal civil rights violations. Federal court means broader discovery, depositions under oath, subpoenaed records, and no local installation. This is where emails, text messages, reports, and internal discussions are forced into the open. The defendants.
I got to take it back a little bit, guys.
He's originally from Rhode Island. I don't think he knows any of this stuff. I don't think he knows. I don't know. I mean, they bring in all these people like this guy Noble, the new guy.
His name's Jeffrey Noble.
Discovery, and discovery is exactly what this case threatens.
I mean, I like Howie, but he wrote a book on it. On the corruption of the Mass State Police. His name's Jeffrey Noble. He didn't, you know what I mean? But I like Howie.
So criminal trials are narrow by design. Civil rights cases examine patterns, not just outcomes. This case asks whether investigative shortcuts were taken, whether a narrative was chosen early, whether evidence was shaped to support it, and whether constitutional rights were violated along the way. That matters far beyond one defendant. It matters to anyone who expects accountability from our justice system. Seeking accountability does not dishonor John O'Keefe.
He's so fucking weird, man.
It honors him. As we know through the acquittal of Karen Reed, the wrong person was prosecuted. Evidence was mishandled.
Look at him over on the side.
The investigation was compromised.
Yep, that's what
the truth about what happened to John O'Keefe still hasn't been fully told. Justice doesn't come from closure. It comes from getting it right. Karen Reed's civil case will be long. It will be expensive, and it will not move quickly. If you believe that transparency matters, if you believe constitutional rights apply to everyone, if you believe the full truth deserves to be uncovered, then
free turtle dove.
Supporting Karen Reed's civil fight matters. Your support helps fund discovery. It keeps public attention where it belongs, and it helps ensure accountability isn't buried by time in silence. This criminal case may be over, but the search for real answers is not. If you would like to help Karen Reed continue her fight for justice, please click on the link down in the description below. I really do appreciate it, and I know Karen appreciates it as well. Thank you so much. Hey,
take this journey with me, and by proxy, Karen as well, on our fight for justice, because it's not over until Nan goes to New Jersey.
Everybody, thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below. Also, turn on that bell notification so every time I go live or talk a video, you guys will know. And somewhere around here, a box is going to pop up. You can see another related video to this channel. Thank you. Again, I'm Brian. This is LTL Media. I appreciate your time. Talk to you soon.
My name's Crying Brian. Thank you so much for coming on my presentation.
That's it. I love it.
Bravo.
It's just
uh-oh. Hold on.
I do this for the people. I do this for the people that come here and support.
I am slowing this bitch down if the waterworks start.
The channel. You know, I've been here since 2021.
So close.
I've worked and grinded through a lot of things, and you know, I've always talked about
Put ones in the chat. What do you think? Let's ones in the chat if he busts one tier, two in the chat, one or more, or zero for none or something.
elevating the channel and bringing the best presentation that I can to this channel and putting out very informative information. That's why I wanted to cultivate these subscribers and these members. You know, all that other stuff that goes on, I have no interest in it, you know, and there's a lot of things that are said and there's a lot of things that are done. And you know what? I do clap back at some certain points, but that's not the focus of this channel. So like, if you want to come here and you want to be informed and you want, you know, good, relevant information to cases that we're talking about, that's what this channel is for. If you're here for drama and fighting, you're just not going to get that here on LTL Media. That was never my, you know, my vision of doing this. And now, you know, I've fallen into a really great partner. I have this partnership now with this editor, and it's working really well. And it's very amazing to see like what he can do.
Why did he just like nuke his own video? Why did he even? They can't help it. I mean, I can't help it either, but you know,
and bring some flavor to the channel that we haven't seen already. And you know, that's why I want to do this. I love doing this. Absolutely have a love doing it. I wouldn't sit here and waste my time for, you know, this is a week, you know, almost 2 weeks to put this together. I wouldn't do that if I didn't love it. And I wouldn't be, you know, trying to continue to push myself and make things better here.
We get it, Brian.
You know, that's why I do it.
Brian, we get it.
I just want to comment and tell you that this is exceptional work here from you and the editor. But I know, as someone who's watched you for years, even before Karen Reed, the thing that warms my heart the most isn't the beautiful work product that was put together here. And it's so touching that you're showing your members on the.
She's so happy he's showing his members. Did you guys get that?
The 4-year anniversary of Officer John O'Keefe's passing.
Definitely backing that up.
Together here. And it's so touching that you're showing your
members. I should have went a little further. I'm not good at this yet.
Comment and tell you that this is exceptional work here from you and the editor. But I know, as someone who's watched you for years, even before Karen Reed, the thing that warms my heart the most isn't the beautiful work product that was put together here. And it's so touching that you're showing your members on the 4-year anniversary of Officer John O'Keefe's passing. But what warms my heart the most is that you love it. You have to do what you love. You know, I have young kids, and they're starting to be at the ages where they're starting to think about, what do you want to be when you grow up, and actually really kind of mean.
They're starting to want to know what mom does on the internet when she's stabbing her keyboard and saying Gimberly over and over again.
And I say, do what you love and do what you're good at. And if you can marry those two things, you are on a trajectory towards happiness.
You want to marry Bri? Is that what you're saying? I think that's what you're saying.
In your professional life. And I know there's been some strife and some challenges, especially in recent months. And you've done heroic efforts to block out noise, and you're a human being. But I love that.
I don't know about that. I'm not so sure about that.
That you love this, and isn't it great to see that your members do too?
He has a lot of positive comments. You know, it's like, just
too.
He has a lot of
things. You are on a trajectory towards happiness in your professional life.
Members
and I know there's
have
been some
strife
and some challenges, especially in recent months. And
Yeah.
you've
Especially in
done
recent
heroic efforts to
months.
block out noise.
By no fault of our
and
own.
you're a human being. But I love that you love this. And isn't it great to see that your members do too?
Yeah, there's a lot of
Oh,
positive
yeah.
comments. You know, it's like, it's just, I just want the work to speak for itself, you know, and that's why I try to give the reality. It's like, I work full time
What-
and then I do
okay,
this full time.
Dude, how many times is he going to bring it up? Like, just put your shit out there, dude. Like, I don't get the whole.
You know, and then in between that, I have, you know, a tiny, minute amount of time for friends and family and, you know, new relationships. And
You don't know.
in between that, I have, you know, a tiny,
what's his name?
minute amount of time for friends and family and, you know,
Micro
new
penis?
relationships. And, you know, but I absolutely love the process of YouTube and filmmaking. I mean, I can take you back to my childhood when I used to just stare into the mirror and I would emulate the voices that I heard.
Yeah, we can tell you did that
in those movies and tried to make the faces. And, you know, I'm sure we all did that shit. You know what I mean?
We didn't. Some of us played hockey and shit.
I mean, like we all did that as kids. You know, we wanted to emulate our heroes. We wanted to.
Yeah, I wanted to be Cam Neely. Walter Cronkite.
Oh, and I've always loved the process of filmmaking. I mean, I played in a band, you know, from 12 years old up until I was almost 21. And then I had sporadic, you know, bands that I played.
Sporadic. Listen, I mean, it wasn't, you know, full-time steady. It was sporadic.
And all the way through to my 30s. So I've always loved music and culture and art. You know, I went to communication school when I got out of college. I didn't finish.
I'm not sure you can bring it up.
I almost got kicked out for plagiarism.
Whoops.
Oh, fucking okay. All right. So we're getting some nuggets here, some behind the scenes. He's doubled over in laughter over plagiarism.
I didn't tell you that story, did I?
That was before AI. Now AI.
Yeah. You want me to tell you that story?
Yeah, that means you had to do a lot of work to plagiarize somebody.
Really quick? I haven't told you this one, right?
Yeah.
So here I am in my second semester of, I went to a school called Mass Communication School. It was in the Back Bay area in Boston.
This is my favorite shit ever.
And that school's no longer there, but it was a video recording school. So you can go for like video recording production, or you could go for, you know, video production, you know, stuff like that, or, you know, recording. And I wanted to record bands. I loved like music and stuff. So I go in,
I mean, it's kind of a weird thing. I mean, how many of y'all out there like music?
Project that was due, and I had to do a compare and contrast article.
Not everybody.
And I was so fucking late getting this thing done.
Can
so
you not swear?
Here's my fucking smart ass, right?
No.
I go in to my local library.
This is what you call peacocking.
I grab like a Car and Driver magazine and I start opening the pages and I'm flipping.
And I would just slam it over and over.
Through and I'm
my members.
I'm like, oh, that's a compare and contrast article. Yeah, why fucking not? So here's my dumbass word for fucking word, like write the whole thing out. Right?
We gotta. So hold on, I gotta see that.
Here's my fucking smart ass, right?
No.
I go in to my local library. I grab like a Car and Driver magazine and I start opening the pages. Flipping through and I'm reading like
watch this blow his cramp nose.
Wow. That's a compare and contrast article.
And then I go and check them out. There it is.
Why fucking not?
Oh my God, Brian, relax.
So here's my dumbass.
Brian, I'm getting scared. I want to go home. Brian, I'd like to go home.
Word.
You're not listening to me. I'd like to go home.
Like, right?
Brian,
whole
you're still telling your story. I want to go home. I'm not
right?
comfortable anymore.
So I come into school, go to class, sit down, And I think we had handed them in the class prior to that, and everybody was going to get their graded papers back that class, right? So we're going through, and I think, I remember we were breaking down Elena Morissette, because it was a music theory class. We were breaking down Elena Morissette's "You Ought to Know," and we're doing like time signatures, and we're breaking down. My teacher's playing in class, in class. Okay, and the time is going to change here, and he's going through it. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's counting. So we're doing this exercise to learn measures and beats and stuff like that.
I'm talking to Elena's Percocet. I'm like, bitch, I like
the class gets ready to
but I didn't
break,
like hand in my pocket.
and we probably had like maybe 10 minutes, and he comes up to me privately. He goes, "Can you just kind of hang out after class?" And I'm like, "Oh,
Brian, I mean, do you want to hang out after class?"
Okay. Like here's my fucking dumb 18, 19-year-old.
And I'm like, sure. And he's like 24. One thing leads to another, and we're in the fucking broom closet.
Ask like, "Oh, what the fuck do you want to talk to me?"
Yeah.
So anyway, everybody gets their papers back except for mine. And now I'm starting to kind of figure out I'm probably going to be in trouble here. So closes the door. I hang out after class.
Well,
and he pulls
when
the
you fucking copy something so fucking word for word, it's probably might have thought of that before, but go ahead.
The blue folder out that I had it in, and he puts it on the desk, and he looks at me and he goes, "Who wrote this?"
And then he said, "What are you doing after class?"
And here's my dumbass, right? I did.
Oh no.
I did.
Okay.
No, no.
Said, okay.
You should have blamed it on somebody else. My dumbass says, I did. I should have blamed it on Philip. He sits next to me. He's got divorced parents.
He said, "I'm going to give you one more opportunity, and you're going to tell me who wrote this. And if you don't tell me who wrote this,
it was Philip.
Then I'm going to go to the dean, and then the dean is going to know about it, and I will get you thrown out of school for plagiarism
and for other shit.
You will be finished.
Solid. He did,
and you will never go to another college ever again."
What? That's not a thing. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is for plagiarism. I don't think so. I don't think they could track it.
Who wrote this? I didn't write it. Tell me. I copied it.
Wait,
and
hold on a minute. What does he say? I never heard this before. Is he blaming it on? Is he ratting it? Like throwing somebody under the? What is he doing?
Yeah, you did. And I'm giving you an opportunity here. So he kind of told. I didn't know. I'm fucking stupid. I'm like 18.
18. My child was almost a year old. I worked a full-time job and in college, but if you were for like a 5-year-old, I guess.
Just out of high school, I didn't know.
I
thought I was gonna roll one over. He goes, I already knew. He goes, college kids don't write like this. I'm like, oh fuck. So anyway, he gave me the opportunity, and he said, "You're gonna go home tonight. You're gonna write an order. You're gonna write a paper. You have 24 hours to do it, and you're gonna turn it in." And I think I ended up getting
I think I have that paper
85
here
on it or something. And he said, "I told you could do it. Like I knew you
Hold
could
on,
do
I'll
it."
get
And after that, like it was never questioned again. It was never brought up again. He never looked at me differently, because I'm sure he's probably dealt with these situations before.
That's an amazing story. And I think the professor handled that perfectly, because it's better to get you to come clean, learn from it, and instead of just rubbing your nose in the mess like you would do with a dog, like get the student to learn from it and bring out of them what they are qualified and capable of doing. Wow. I used to get accused, as an aside, I used to get accused of plagiarism all the time in college, but that was just because I'm a
writer.
Writer.
You are a good writer. Your speech was amazing, by the way.
Thank you. The professors would always say, like, "Who wrote this?"
It happened in
high school as
like,
well.
Fucking me.
I wish nowadays they had software like they do with the AI and run it through. You're not going to find it anywhere. But I love that.
I have Brian's paper here. I got a copy of it. I went to the kindergarten class or whatever. Can I tell him? Do you see that? Let's hope if I do this. Okay. It says my name, Brian, and then he put 100 on top and tried to fool the teacher. There it is. It's plagiarism. Can't do that.
Story. I'm gonna tell that to my kids.
Yeah, I
When
mean,
they're
he
old
could have
enough
just
to
said
really
fuck off
understand
and kicked me out of school, but I think he saw, obviously saw some quality in me and knew that I cared and I really wanted to be there. And I fucked up. I really fucked up.
Well, you could have just looked them in the face and just said, do you know you're threatening the future of LTL media? If you,
Oh my God. I thought she was
if
going to say
you
something
kick
else.
me out of school or report me to the dean, you could be affecting.
You fucked me.
You're affecting a future awesome YouTube channel where the weird shit happens on it, but you ruined
Me
it.
over.
Tens of thousands of subscribers of LTL
Yeah.
media. So
Do you know
it was a
30
teachable
I feel so gross right now.
years
moment.
from now, this could screw my future up?
Ah!
That's funny.
Oh,
Yeah, and I love this
God.
too. Just says it teaches students the real value in honesty. And
Well, nobody taught
like
you
literally,
that.
if I would have graduated school and continued, I would have definitely went back and said thank you. And I
mean,
have
had
done
that
that.
happen.
I've gone back and I've met with so when I was in junior high school, they used to have this program called the Ropes program.
This is from 2 days ago. There's 35 likes. I don't know how many views because it's members only.
And they would take kids that couldn't adjust to regular class life, and they would pull you out of class. You got credit for it. They'd pull you out for like an hour or something, and we would go to the local YMCA and they would work on team building exercises. So I'd have a therapist there, right? And the people from the YMCA, and we would literally do these courses together and trust falls and you.
Brian, do you trust me? I'm gonna fall now. Are you gonna catch me?
Learn to work. You learn to work with a group of people. It was really value. And I went back fuck, when did I do that?
I'm
Maybe
trying to
10
think back
years
in my
ago.
memory.
I found out that guidance counselor therapist guy had switched over to the high school. His name was Mr. Kovacevic.
Mr. Kovacevic.
And I went in and got a pat. I got approved.
What? A pat on the bottom? Hold on. I got a pat on the bottom. Hold on, Brian.
Found out that guidance counselor therapist guy had switched over to the high school. His name was Mr. Kovacevic.
Mr. Kovacevic.
And I went in and got a pat. I got
approval
from the school and a pass. And I walked into his office and he fucking knew who I was right away. And I was
pat on the bottom.
Mr. Kovacevic. And we sat down and talked for I don't know, half an hour, an hour. And I just said, I wanted to thank you because I was a troubled, lost kid at that age. And you
after when we were in the broom closet and smoking, I wanted to thank him for his help.
Helped me through that process. And I think personally for myself, I've had people that have come into my life periodically through my lifetime and helped me in certain ways. And I'm sure everybody can relate to this story.
Not really.
It happens, but he was kind of an angel on my shoulder at that time because I was hanging out with some pretty
This is getting sexy.
Bad kids at that point, and it could have went really rough, and and ultimately,
could have been a really rough ride, but it was all right. I was down for the cause, so they say.
My friend Tony, I'm looking at his picture right now, was one of those kids that couldn't be saved and was in that ropes program with me, and ultimately ended up losing his life. So, and that was my best friend. That was my best friend.
I really I love
how do you do a poll on here? I want to do a crying poll.
Listening to stories like this from you, and I know you've talked about your best friend on prior shows over the years, and I love that you have his picture there. But what I like most.
All right. Well, it's time. 0 for no tears. 1's in the chat. So we'll just make it easy. 0 for none. one or more tiers. Put ones in the chat.
Is that you're always willing to give back? You know, you went back. Yeah, look at that.
Could be it.
See, this is me right there. And this is like peak NWA, Raiders. You know, we're all Raidered out, and that's my best friend Tony there. That's one of his childhood friends that he grew up with. And then this girl.
Look at this photograph. It's a picture of my stupid ass.
Charlene, Tony was dating, and then before he gave me the photo, he scratched her face because he broke up with her. So there's literally holes in the back of this pole.
Oh my goodness!
But that was 1991.
I don't want to be
91. He died in 94.
Oh man!
Now I feel.
And
bad.
I have a live stream on that on my channel. If you guys
okay,
want to hear his story, and I actually
now I don't feel
go
bad.
back because I saved all the newspapers and newspaper clippings about his case. And unfortunately, he did not get justice in his case, and that was a real inspiration for me to come and do this channel.
He's tying it
because he didn't get justice in his case. Those kids walked. I mean, they were all.
Hold on. I felt bad for about 30 seconds. And this is the tie-in here.
Child as juveniles. You know, I think from what I remember, one did like 8 months, and then when they went to go do to go through the second trial, the DA fumbled the case, and he basically walked.
Here we go. You guys want to put those numbers in again? Kind of changed, huh? Look at that face. Here we go. You say one? All right. When I learn how to make a poll, it's gonna be cool.
Wow. But it helped that entire experience helped to kind of mold you and is one piece of a recipe, one ingredient.
The excellent lover that you are today.
That has brought you to where you are. And I believe that you meet people at different times in your life
100%.
to teach you different lessons or to bring you different.
I mean, is that real though? I mean, do you meet, I don't know about you guys, but meeting different people at different times of your life, it's kind of a fantasy story. I don't really know what
meaning, perspective, and especially over the last year, I have met a small handful of people who have.
Jimmy, he doesn't like you anymore.
Done that for me, and some people have taught me bad lessons that I didn't think that I needed.
All those lessons were in your head. You knew all of those. Nobody taught you anything, lady. Stop.
To learn. So, I mean, everything has a purpose, every relationship, but
there's an ass for every seat is what you're saying.
I love that these little insights to you help see behind the scenes,
behind the blind.
What we as an audience, so now I'm siding with your chat now. We as an audience really, I think,
which is a segue into our new video, Behind the Brian. You're going to get to learn all about the inner workings. And next week is going to be what's under Nan, or something like a puddle.
On behalf of all of them, like we collectively like to relate to the creator. You know, that's something that consumers can't get when they turn on their TV and they watch mainstream television.
They've been pumping this channel up the entire time. That's all it's been.
Or Netflix or mainstream media.
I feel weird about like telling people to hit the like button.
You personalize it.
Well, that's why I wanted to do like this members only like this. So like all my members only are just me just talking about stuff in my life and give people like some reference points. And it's nice to see that people go, oh, I went through a similar thing like that, or I know about, people that have gone through stuff like that. And you just kind of give a little bit more back to the members. Karen, thanks for the 5. She says, you're an authentic person with a good heart. Your content is amazing. You shed a lot of light on injustice. Nan, thank you too. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And thanks for the plagiarism story. Appreciate it.
Thank you. We really do appreciate that. Steve says, 91, Jesus, getting married. God damn. I'm Steve's grandpa here.
Oh my. Oh my goodness.
And Brian's like, well, I had the mind of a 5-year-old when I was 18. Man, I took a paper and like, I don't even know what
I won't tell everyone what I was doing in 91.
I think we know. I think we know, Nan. I don't think you've left anything to be desired. We've seen your writings. Skinwalker Natch.
Chrissy says,
Well,
when I
that was
was
a
in
weird
my
laugh.
grad program, I found major problems and wrote up these documents for a class. 2 of my professors plus my guidance professor believed in research. I did, and I was nixed by the director. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, hang
Good
on.
story. Thanks for
Hang on.
sharing.
Oh, it's stroll down
Uh-oh.
Brian's
Brian's going to get some
lifetime of infractions evening.
So I
This is
actually
not-
recorded
No,
like we did a record. My band did a
no,
record.
no, you didn't.
It was a splits. They call this this is called the 7-inch, people. Well, probably people know what this
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. What did you say? Brian, aren't you giving yourself a little too much credit?
they call this is called the 7-inch, people. Well, probably people know what this is, but yeah, we did a 7-inch with a
You got
split
me
from a
beat, Brian.
band in Maine, and my band at the time was called
Or
Fall
do
from
you?
Grace, and that's our side there, and then the other band was Polyglot.
Nobody
And
cares. Just put it away.
that is a photo of my singer here
back.
leaning into this ridiculously
I
large
paid $2 for this, Brian. I'm not going to stand for this
crowd. And I grew up through that whole the hardcore 1990s metal scene where we just had a bunch
I
of
thought you were an NWA guy.
kids and we played loud music and stage dived and we abstained from drugs and alcohol.
Straight out of Canton, crazy motherfucker named Brian.
And just had a lot of fun doing it. It made a lot of noise. And I did some, mini tours up and down the East Coast.
Did
and
not.
it was fun. I got to meet a lot of cool fucking
Stop
people,
lying.
though, like in bands and stuff.
I just said, stop lying.
I played with a lot of big bands that are
What do
big
you
now.
What
You're not
instrument?
I play guitar.
Skin flute.
I play guitar
Wow, we learn
and
so
piano
much
and violin.
seven.
but
about each other every day.
we
And this
should,
made it into Newberry
I love
Comics,
working with
by
you,
the way.
man.
This was in Newberry Comics at one point. Yeah.
that's
Throw it
a
away.
really, I mean, from what I'm seeing, that's a really awesome image there. I
No,
definitely
let
you
him
should
put it away. Stop doing
take a
that.
picture of that.
So
and
this, believe it or not,
weird.
all this behind here, if anybody's ever seen Bram Stoker's Dracula,
No.
Mhm.
that is the skeletons that they show. There's like a
So that's plagiarism too. I mean, is it not? This guy just plagiarizes everybody. How do I know this whole video that he's made? Like, does he write scripts? I think he's got a script. I mean, he plagiarizes everybody. Well, what's to make me believe that this isn't some ripoff?
part in the beginning of the movie when
I
they're
don't know. I don't
describing
trust him
like
anymore. I don't like
Dracula's
this.
background. That was the
I want my $2.
bodies that were all impaled, that Dracula impaled.
Can you stop being?
And I
gross?
don't know where this photo was from.
Yeah,
but
put it
yeah,
away.
and funny or not, this
Funny or not,
this was put on Pin Drop
Believe it or
Records by my
not.
friend Bill Cole, and his record company was in Holden, Massachusetts, and we used to play out in the Worcester area a lot
do you know Dick Hertz from Holden?
at this place on James Street in Worcester called the Espresso Bar.
I know.
And it's not the Espresso Bar anymore. It is now
old joke.
a country western bar, from what I understand.
Nan, you
But-
wouldn't
I
believe
love-
it.
I love this story. That's
There
amazing.
was 2 types of music. There was country and western.
Wow. I did not realize that you were such a musical legend.
Oh my God. He's as much as a musical legend as you are a legal legend.
Out of New England. I feel like I'm in the presence of greatness.
Oh my God. Please fucking stop.
Yeah, I have like all my old records in here, and
I'm going
it
to
was
throw
cool. It
up.
was fun. We just.
Can we
I
come
actually
back to
posted
the
some
mic,
pictures
please?
up
You're
on
not
X
even-
the other day when I
You're
was in
yelling
my band.
across the room. This is bad audio. It's bad radio.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, this is what's that?
I gotta look for
What's
them. I
that,
did
bitch?
not see them on X.
Yeah, they're hilarious. I
I
had like
missed a lot of
bleached
stuff.
blonde hair, and
Oh, I
I'll
can
see if I
look.
can
How
find them really
weird.
quick. But I want to talk about this FOIA. So
I
anyway,
know.
let's talk about this
Foyer,
while I look
like
for
the
these pictures.
hallway in your house.
So I've been doing a lot of FOIA requests, trying to get back channels of information,
FOIA king.
things that we didn't see in Karen's
got like 2 of them to his credit. He's like the fucking
trial or any of these cases that we filed, that we hear about, some information might not get released to the public. And what I did was I went in and FOIA'd the Brian Higgins on the 29th, 2022.
the Brian
And
Higgins.
I wanted the full video because what we actually saw in court was just portions and pieces of that video.
Right.
And actually,
I can't wait
let's
because I'm
skip
gonna steal it.
because I know you gotta
I mean,
go
I,
soon.
plagiarize
I
it.
can.
We'll
I have
plagiarize it.
a hard stop at
I
8:05.
mean, I feel like, I can do it. I mean, if he does it, right?
Me
Okay.
personally, because I have to pick up one of my children, but
Okay.
I can definitely give input on your FOIA.
Yeah. So
You'll give
anyway, it was
input,
just
all
really
right.
quick.
We know you do that.
So I tried to FOIA the full video because I want the full 3-hour video because I want to see what Higgins did in that time because it was very cut up in court when Buchanan testified and Alan Jackson was playing it for him. So anyway, they come back with basically saying that
Jimmy's still
they
here. Hey,
don't
Jimmy,
want to
what's up,
release
buddy?
this to me because of the security of the Canton police office, that it will kind of jeopardize public safety and their security. And I laughed and I said to Nan, I've got to send an appeal
Nan,
in.
and I said
And she's
Nan,
like,
and then Nan looked at me, and I said to Nan, and Nan went, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Hey, it's me, Brian." And she's like, "Hey, Brian."
do it because
Weird.
the reason why is what, Nan? We saw this in court. Like,
Yeah.
The band's name was Brian's Butthole.
I mean, it's a fallback that
No,
a lot
it's
of
not true.
public
I made that up.
entities like the Canton PD
made it
will
up. I'm
use. They'll
sorry.
say, well, we have to protect either the sanctity of our police department or the sanctity of an investigation.
Why do you talk like that? The sanctity, like you don't. We'll understand the word. Like we're not.
They try to use that
Fucking
excuse very
German
often,
shepherds.
but your reaction to their denial of your request was good. Your instincts were spot on, and I'm glad that you appealed it. And we can chat about it.
yeah, real quick, and we'll try to get this in. And look at this, Cindy. I want to recognize it. 33 months, Nan. She's been on the channel and a member. 33 months. She's probably been one of my longest running members. Thank you,
Wow.
Cindy. I appreciate you so much. And
Thank you for your member.
Karen says it's bullshit. But it says basically, I said first and the most critical, and I'm going to skip ahead in the intro.
Go ahead.
First and most critical, the footage at issue has been already publicly
Oh my-
disclosed.
What?
The exact Canton Police Department surveillance video footage was introduced in open court
Huh?
and broadcast to the world on May 12, 2025
Brian,
during the
stop.
Karen Reed trial while Sergeant Yuri
Stop.
Buchanan was on the stand
No,
during
stop.
cross-examination. The footage was displayed by to the jury, to the courtroom audience, credentialed media, and the general public through a live and recorded trial coverage. I mean, it's out there.
It's out
It's
there,
like,
man.
what is the whole thing that you're holding back here? Just
Okay,
show me the full 3 hours. And then said, once a record has been publicly disclosed in open
But-
court,
but-
any claim that is released would reveal non-public security measures, internal operations, camera locations, surveillance capabilities no longer credible. The public disclosure has already occurred.
I love
As
when
the
he
matter in law and common sense, the town cannot claim that releasing the same footage would be newly compromised security and public safety
What?
when the footage has already been widely disseminated and scrutinized. I'll
Wiley.
let you pick it up here. What's your thoughts on this?
I'll let you read now, Nan.
So here are my thoughts, and I can push it to 8:10,
Hold on. I'm not
Brian.
even
So
used- I've
so
never
there's
even-
not
this
pressure.
Never even happened before. Somebody gifted stuff. All right, I'm trying to. I don't know how even people know about that, but I saw it in here on my iPad. But thank you. Hold on. I got to figure this shit out. I'm sorry. It's just rude. What do I look for that? Comments. Comments on stage. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hold on. I think I'm. Oh, wow, look at that. Wow. Is this today? Is this all from today? Holy shit. B Crumbs gifted 5 memberships. GP Dog Drool also gifted 5 memberships. I gotta get a drink of water. Lawleen also gifted 5 members. Wow, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. When I get this thing in the mail, it'll be awesome. Lawleen's a new member also as well. So she was a recipient. Mevi sent $4.99. Thank you so much. Take my money. Cossy, you're hilarious. Hey, look at that. I put it up on the screen. Wow. I'm getting Brian, watch out, baby. Sarah B. Creative is a new now I really feel like Brian. Sarah B. Creative is a new member. Nellyville is a new member as well. And this nice person over here, I'm not sure how you say it, Blue something or other. It looks what I pulled up over my boat. Okay. $2.79. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh my God, look at all this other stuff. You know what? Can I do this after? Because I feel like I'm too stupid to do it right now. And I need a drink.
On you to read quickly.
I'll leave you with another guy who can't talk.
But anyway.
Wow. She likes Texas.
The video was already released.
10 memberships?
It was released in the course of
this
pending
is Ricada level membershiping over here. This is incredible.
Investigation at the time, which
has
has since been closed and resulted in
Can't
a double acquittal as to Karen. And one would argue anyway that even though she was convicted on the OUI, that the video itself would have had no bearing on the OUI conviction. That case or cases, trial 1.0, 2.0 are closed. There is no reason why this video should not be released, even if it was chopped up and curated by Karen's defense team for purposes of trial, which is very common and would be expected. In fact, I would want a judge to say, don't show the whole video, show parts of the video that accurately represent a true and accurate scene of the way things were at the time in the Canton PD. As far as Canton saying, well, you know, we want to protect the
safety and security of the
where
the
the
department.
cameras are, and this, we don't want to tell people exactly how things are done inside the Canton PD. Well, you can, they can, and are
everybody.
statutorily endowed
a lot of people
to edit or redact the video. That's where, you know, if there's a shot.
I think probably, I mean, except maybe for the first day is the most I've ever had. So thank you so much. You know, I mean, the numbers are in. Petty pays, or, you know, brings in people.
That shows a certain camera and a certain angle, they can redact
Hey,
it.
Jimmy's back, or was he here the whole time?
If the cost of redaction of anything that might be ultra sensitive, they can ask you to reimburse them for redactions of video, which may bear a larger cost. But more so, that video itself, I mean, this is a public entity. It's been displayed.
It's already been shown. Yeah.
And
it's already been. Look at his face. Look at that pause. Man, it's already been shown.
There's like no privacy right in.
Love these two.
It's been displayed.
It's already been shown.
It's already been shown.
And there's like no privacy in my opinion. And I am sure lawyers would argue with me on this, but it's arguable. It's debatable.
Hello,
there's no privacy right in how Canton PD looks on the inside. I mean, isn't that's the police department, if I recall.
And most of them are lobby shots. So I mean, it's fucking. If I walk into Canton PD and look up, I'm going to see the cameras anyway.
What, huh?
Right. And don't they have, and I've obviously never been in that building, but don't they have a, whatever their front reception area is, isn't it behind mirrored glass? Didn't I hear?
What were you doing in there? It's weird. What the fuck is Nan doing walking around the Canton Police Department?
someone say that at some point. So it's like there's no one's
No, I
gonna
looked it up on Zillow.
look at these this video footage, and I don't know if it's all different camera angles or one particular camera angle, and start dissecting it and saying, aha,
Yeah.
now I understand how it looks in there. In fact, I recall, and it might have been microdots, someone
Better keep his name out of your mouth. You need to stop.
had a video that had the blueprint. That had a blueprint.
Yeah.
Kidding,
of-
man.
It's
I'm
all
kidding,
the
man. I'm not
accessible
kidding.
things.
I'm-
You can go to the
Yes.
building
All a
deeds
joke.
and probably get it.
Yeah. So, by the way, my other computer just glitched. Did I cut out on you at all?
No, you're fine.
Unfortunately,
Okay,
not.
that
No.
sounds like I thought it might be an internet issue.
Nope.
So all in all, I
Still
think you
here.
got handed a pile of excrement from Canton, and it's worth definitely appealing. And
Yeah.
your appeal,
Yeah.
they're going to deny it, but they have
How do you know?
an escalated duty to show you why you're wrong. They can't.
Maybe I'll
simply
get a
tell you,
lawyer. Maybe I'll get a lawyer and challenge it.
Did somebody call for a Juris Doctor?
Maybe we'll get a
Dan?
lawyer and challenge it like Corey
Read
did.
my mind.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Or maybe
She's
I'll pass it to
fine.
Corey and have her do it.
It didn't end.
She also would have, and I don't do FOIAs that frequently. I would
I don't even know what-
absolutely
I-
ask her advice
I
because
tuned
she may
out,
have tricks
a
of the
little while.
trade that would help guide you, or maybe she'll do it for you, but that may help guide you as to, hey, when they say this is the type of argument to raise. But all
What?
in all, I think your appeal is great.
Appeal?
I do.
What? Do we?
Yeah, I
Hold
think
on.
it's something. Maybe I'll
I think
actually
I
reach
just
out to her
spaced
tomorrow
out.
and
What
I'll go, hey,
happened?
listen to this.
An
Because
appeal?
we always chat back and forth every once in a while.
Me and Nan talk.
Listen, I
behind
want to
the
thank you
scenes.
for your time tonight. This was really, really
Oh,
fun
no,
to
you're
do
not
this.
going anywhere.
I want to thank SMJ. And
Well,
yes,
I can't read either, so it's fine. I mean, I get it. I needed a drink of water.
rest in peace, John O'Keefe, and thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate that. And just to remind
You're
everybody,
going to send 25% of that to the Karen Reed Fund.
tomorrow,
Oh, you used to do it. You used to
11:30
do it all the time.
a.m.
That's what I'm saying.
My
Not
new
being a
video
dick.
will drop as a promise for previewing it tonight. I need everybody just to go in, interact with the video, give it a
Like the 8th time you said it, if you tell me again, I'm going to be like that teacher in high school and give you
thumbs up and leave a comment. It's
Pat.
important. And share it. Share it on all your social medias, please.
Media?
Let's get this out there because it's a very
media.
nice, basic, informative
Media.
of why it's
Deer
important to
It's more than one
continue to
deer.
support Karen through her civil litigations. It is very, very important to do that, and it gives some context to like why.
Why?
And then what else? And then next week, probably not next week, but the week after, I have some things coming up. Nan and I are going to be doing another stream together coming up. We'll have another table read of some other documents that we're going to go through.
Read.
And I don't know. There's going to be a lot of good stuff. I'm going to be actually
Yeah, nobody's really causing trouble, but I've been watching him lately. He's fucking hilarious, man.
digging back into some old stories. There's going to be some new
Oh,
stories
there's gonna be
in cases
some-
that we dig into here,
Yeah,
and tons of new videos.
Man,
so
this is my
please,
vision. for the
stick
channel.
around. There's going to be lots of great stuff coming up here
Sit on my
on
lap.
the channel, and I'm super excited. Nan, any parting words
No.
before you go? You got another minute.
No putting.
My alarm just went off. I just wanted
Yeah,
to
go.
say thanks to everybody for popping in on Brian's channel, and I always
Yeah.
have such a great time with you, Brian. And I love your ghosts in your squad.
Thank you.
What?
And
Ghosts?
We do.
maybe you'll be seeing me very soon, Brian. We'll
Let's
have to
hopefully
talk.
not.
Yeah. And by the way, the Gigalotti case, we're going to have some comments on that soon. I want to dig in a little bit more. I need to watch the press conference. I haven't done that yet, but
Why
maybe
not?
I'll
They're
pop
your
up this
best
week and do a press, a live stream about that. So stay tuned, everybody. I got to get her out of here.
funny.
I'm going to go. I'm going to relax. I've been like super busy this week.
I work.
And Nan, it was good to
I
see
work
you.
full-time.
Good
I
to
don't
see
know
all
if
the
you guys
members.
do
I love
that.
all of you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chats tonight. That was really, really nice. And
You're
we'll
welcome.
have some good content coming up. And I have some video that's coming to me very, very soon. And we're
you
going to
know.
start breaking that down too. So stay tuned, everybody. All right, everybody. We're out of here. Bye, Nan. I'll talk to you
Bye,
soon.
Bye,
Brian.
Nan.
Take care.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Hi, Skinwalker Nancy. I gotta get like trouble or something. Okay. This. Okay, I did it. Hold on. Okay, hold on. All right. That's still okay. Bear with me, people, please. I should have just okay. Hold on. Screw up. I don't know how to work YouTube. You guys know how to work YouTube? Let's see what else Brian is. I'm not done yet. He's too much fun. He is way too much fun. Oh, this should be good.
The fun thing about it is Boston BA and myself have watched it and DJ has not watched it. So I want to actually go to DJ first and ask you some questions.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
So what do you feel were some of the highlights in real life, in Karen's, case, what you think should have made it into this movie? And what do you think that things that probably were left out?
What is your view on the movie?
Well, I guess in this case,
valid questions.
I guess in this case, we would have to start at the beginning. So we've all watched enough crime documentaries now. Dateline is on 24 hours a day. 48 hours is on 24 hours a day. So we kind of have a sense of how police start investigations. So the first thing we would expect to see is a police officer go and knock on the door of the home where the officer was laying in the lawn.
That's not it.
So that happened?
Hold on.
Nope. Okay. So the second thing we would expect is that, oh my God, there would be, first of all, half of the police department in Canton would be there. They would have put police tape around the entire yard and they would have posted people there to secure the crime scene.
B, you want to answer him?
Nope. But I think the question, just to clarify, was not what you would have expected in an actual investigation, but from what we know. So just keep that in mind.
I'm missing it. Maybe I didn't understand the question then. Okay.
No, more like what would, out of everything what would we have expected to
That's
see?
What I just gave you.
Yeah.
That's what I just told you.
I was being funny.
Okay. It wasn't funny. I'm just kidding. All right.
Whoa.
B, you want to answer him?
Nope. But I think the question, just to clarify, was not what you would have expected in an actual investigation, but from what we know. So just keep that in mind.
I'm missing it. Maybe I didn't understand the question then. Okay.
No, more like what would, out of everything what would we have expected to
That's
see?
What I just gave you.
Yeah.
That's what I just told you.
I was being funny.
Okay. It wasn't funny. I'm just kidding. All right. So I would have expected to see.
You're going to have to shape up. Or you're going to have to get the fuck out of here. We've gone through this before. You don't pay attention or something. I don't know if you want to fucking be here or not. This is calling all beings, and you can get the fuck out. You can call your own cab. How's that?
Somebody go knock on the door. I would have expected to see someone cordon off the crime scene. So that probably wasn't portrayed.
I'm just kidding.
Obviously, there must have been calls made. I asked John Camo this from Canton Chronicle. They probably would have addressed Chief Berkowitz, who I believe was away at the time, to call him on his
also dead
cell phone. Hey, what the hell we do here, Chief? So those things should have that probably was not portrayed, because why wouldn't you go knock on the door? The only way you wouldn't go knock on the door is if somebody told me, don't go knock on that damn door.
Hold on.
The other thing that blows my mind is that there was a police lieutenant across the street who gave them Solo cups and a Stop and Shop bag to collect evidence, and yet did not say, hey, let me check on my Ring cameras. I got 3 Ring cameras in front of the home. Let me check that and see if there's anything on there. And none of those things happened. So those are just 3 right off the bat from the beginning that we would have expected And then we would have expected that
You can't-
all of those, we would have
I don't know
seen
how he does it. I
videos
can't say
of, or at least recreations of all of those witnesses down at a state trooper barracks and being interviewed
wish I had
in
a microphone,
individual
like a cool microphone.
interview rooms to find out what the hell happened here.
Uh-huh. Hey, that's rude. Why would you do
None of
that?
that happened.
Nope.
I actually say this: the actors the police actors that were on front of 34 Fairview actually did a better job on screen investigating than the actual people in
Brian,
real life.
you
I mean,
are
they actually showed they were
putting me
walking a
on.
grid, and that did not happen. We didn't see snowblowers. We did see solo
It
cups.
wasn't a snowblower. It was a leaf blower. I correct people all the time with that shit. You got to know this case, man. You got to know the case, Bri.
We didn't see stop and shop bags. What else?
There were market basket. No, there was stop and shop. He's right about that.
Oh, John was buried in a snowbank.
It wasn't a snowbank either. He's getting literally everything wrong.
That was odd and not
Odd?
factual. But
Right.
you know, that's what we get these
Odd?
dramatization movies.
Yeah, it's
I'll go to Boston.
odd.
Via Boston. What did you think
odd.
about this adaptation, the dramatization, the Hollywood, Hollywooding it?
Stop using words, Brian.
What did you think?
So I actually thought my expectations were very, very low. So let me start by saying
Mhm.
that.
Me too.
However, in a scale from 1 to
Yep.
10, I will give it an 8.
TJ
And I will
agrees
tell
too.
you why.
Right.
I really did think that the way they portrayed the closeness with Karen and her father, the way they showed her emotions when she was desperately trying to figure out where he was throughout the night and that morning.
Mhm.
And again, this really showed it from her perspective.
Oh,
Of course, in an hour and 24 minutes, that's minusing out all the commercials.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the
they
whole
had to cut a lot of stuff out because if you had to do it, it would
story.
be like 8.
But what I
hours.
did really like is showing the emotions that I think
Mhm.
those clips that were shown at the
I feel
trial,
like those emotions shine through. I don't even know what they're talking about. I've never watched any of those documentaries or movies or anything ever.
just didn't show her emotions. And I thought that this did a good job, that when she was being
Is this,
sectioned, that she was asking about John, that when
Rotten
she went
Mango?
back
Oh, it's Rotten
before
Mango.
leaving the hospital, she told her dad,
Oh,
I
no,
want to
it's a
see the
Lifetime one.
kids.
It says up top.
So I do feel
Oh, YouTube works. It says right up top.
that it definitely showed the side of how she was seeing things. So that's why I actually thought it was
It was a Lifetime movie in the perspective of Karen Reed, who it's about.
better.
It stands to
And
reason.
if you look at it
she's
that
right.
way, that's what was missing a lot from the clips that they've always shown. It's her fighting for her life, trying to be strong, and this just showed the whole story.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Of course, there were things missing, but
Yeah,
there was
we
a
can
lot
get
of
into
things.
that.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
Hey,
And,
Brian, can I
yeah.
say one more thing? It's daylight hours at this point, right after the sun comes up after they take John to the hospital and he's now pronounced dead.
Yes.
So wouldn't it make intelligent sense that the next thing that's going to happen is there's going to be, I don't give a shit whether you call it a CERT team, whatever you want to call it, a group of officers combing through that yard with rakes, putting up a tent.
Right. We know all that stuff didn't happen. We've been through this. I mean, a lot, right? I mean,
melting snow, doing something to extract evidence from that yard. That did not happen.
Right.
All of these things.
What if that was an idea? Well, I mean, this is funner, but what if that was an idea for a channel? Just come on and be like, chat, what do you think? What do you think the kind of the connection was between Brian Higgins and, say, the Alberts or say the McCabe's? Do you think there was a relationship between him and Karen Reed? I mean, what was the nature of that relationship? I mean, what do y'all think? I mean, and then get like a panel on and just run all that stuff by people and just have them answer it and fucking have a great time. I don't know. This is funner.
Just it makes the top of your head just want to like
Just-
have an incision here and just it blow off.
Well, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, it's very frustrating, and I think just the way that they did
Okay,
this
I can't wear this anymore. I
adaptation
can't
of
see
it
me.
was very strange. Like we had Proctor that looked like Tully, so I kept calling him Michael Tully. I mean, literally, it looked like Tully.
He got the names mixed up. Michael Tully. I mean, it happens. It can happen.
I'm like, that's fucking Tully. But I wonder if they just did that in the
Fucking
sense of
Tully.
like, you know, that was the representation, and they wanted to kind of characterize this into one person and give it all this central look. But why pick Tully, which was weird? I mean, he was not tall like Proctor, he was
Guy.
short. It was like,
Oh wait, Brian's
even
in
look like-
between here right now.
get them all. I was like, holy shit, that's Michael Tully.
Holy shit.
And I'm sure a lot of people, when we were doing the watch party last night, they're like, is that Tully? I'm like, nope,
No,
that's
that's
supposed to
Michael-
be Proctor. And everybody
Michael-
started laughing
no.
in the room
That's Telly
because
Proctor.
it just didn't look anything like him. But I did like the fact that they did show
It's Telly
the text
Proctor.
messaging, but they did it outside the house. But
Outside.
that would have been in his office in real life at like 11:02 p.m.
Yeah.
that night. You know, the texting. So they did show that. They did water it down. Obviously, you know, they
Yeah,
didn't put
kinda,
all the swears and stuff in there. But they did show that aspect of it. So I thought that kind of helped out
They said the C word.
the movie. I'm trying to think of some of the other things. They showed Terry Roberts pushing Karen off of John when she was giving CPR, and that never happened in real life. That was kind of bizarre. Bia, anything else that you picked up on that you thought?
Oh, I have a whole damn list. So, so of things they did do, I would say I like that they showed Trooper Paul fumbling on the stand.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Listen, these people. I did a video about this, and there was like 10 people in there when I first started. But all these people like to make a joke out of Pooh Patrol, and but guess what? The jury in the first trial thought he was a credible witness, and they took his word, and they almost convicted Karen Reed on that shit. And he also somehow tricked the defense into believing that 1162 key cycle was possible. And it's not. It's just not. That's when it went on the tow truck. It's provable. It's really easy.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Yeah.
I do like that they brought up that they showed Karen showing Jen McCabe
Mhm.
her taillight.
Right.
And then in her taillight from that view was intact.
Uh-huh.
You do see prior to that her backing up into John O'Keefe's.
Is this as fun as the other one? I feel like him and Nan are just so much fun. Do you guys want to move on? Or what do you think? You want to stay here? See if it gets better? I don't feel like it's fun. You guys tell me. Let me see if I can find a Nan. LTO Media, the best in Karen Reed content, besides Turtle Boy and other people. Where is Skinwalker Ranch? Karen Reed. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, with that other guy's in there, though, he might make him normal. He's really freaking out now. All right, what do we got? Ooh, there's the two of them. That's the one.
You cannot
Whoa.
reference anything involving sudden medical death.
Oh, we're taking that. Oh, apparently, I was watching this one. I don't remember. I must have had it for background
Change
noise.
the names to these like @ signs. It's just nice when you had the handle like an AOL chat handle,
You
and
know,
it's weird now. I hate it.
you can change, every individual viewer can change it if they want to.
Really?
I changed mine. You have to
Oh,
go
well,
in
chat.
if anyone wants to know.
Nobody
You can
in
go
there?
into your own. Everyone who has a username has a quote unquote channel, and you can go in and
Mhm.
change
You're kidding. me.
whatever it's kind of defaulting to what
You
you
also
want it to
make it a point to get people's IP addresses.
be. So I'm going to put in your chat, you know.
Yeah, you could do it, like type in there how to do it, because I want to make sure we get it squared up for that. So,
well, I'm at least putting this is mine, but
Yeah.
anyone who wants specific instructions, just feel free to
Drunk?
reach out to me on X.
Nice.
That's a good way. I can walk you through it.
She seems drunk to me. I mean, listen, I don't have anything, so you can't sue me, but go ahead if you want. It's fine. You can have my keyboard. But does she not?
And it is. I don't like that YouTube is doing that. It's very frustrating.
yeah, I hate it. It's like, it's annoying. NH Dude, Steve, what's up, man?
A lot of
Driving to
nerve
Southern
saying what's
California,
annoying,
listening to
dude.
two great peeps. Thanks for the $10. I appreciate that. Super appreciate that. Mazza meeting in the chat. Good to see you, brother. Nice to see you
What's up,
here.
Mazza?
All right, let's get into the presentation tonight.
Hey,
So
hey, don't
I,
use my word,
real
dude. That's trademarked.
quick before we get into the response from the DA's office. I've been battling for the last couple of months, really, to try to get the body cam footage of when Karen's phones were seized back in 2024, January 2024. And, you know, let's just go back a couple of weeks. I was having some open dialogue with Corey Hopkins, attorney Corey Hopkins on X, and
all right,
Kyle, and his handle last name is escaping me right now, but
Sure.
he's always
Kyle
posting.
Sharkey.
Thank you. He's always posting court documents. So I saw that they were having some conversation about
It's not even YouTube, you fucking
about the
idiot.
body cam footage, and had asked me and said, hey, you know, Kyle said, hey, had you gotten your hands on that yet? And I said, no. And I'm still trying to figure out like what's going on. So we started having some dialogue back and forth on X. And then ironically, like 2 hours later, I get a call from legal counsel, Joshua Riley from Mass State Police, and said, hey, you know, we had just got your FOIA request. And I just bumped you out. I wrote about this morning. So just to let everybody kind of know, you know, back on November 6th, I was having this public conversation with them, and, you know, we're obviously trying to get Karen's cell phone coverage, video, and body cam video. And I originally submitted the inquiry back in September 18, 2025. And it literally sat in queue for almost 2 months until this conversation started picking up on X. The very same day, 2 hours later, after my public posting on X, I get a call from Joshua Riley. He told me that he's seen my inquiry, which struck me odd, considering that I had been sitting there since September without a single response. I just said coincidence. During a conversation, Riley told me that the footage was available and they just needed time to review it for legal reasons. And I get that. You're going to redact images that might be shown, some medical information, which is fine. So and then I just said, you know, we downplayed the content, telling me there wasn't much going on in the video, just a bunch of troopers standing around the snow. It shouldn't have taken this very long. It shouldn't take very long to get over you. Actually, even told me too, Nan, that he said, I'm actually going on vacation, but I'll check in with them to make to see how it's going, so they keep up on it and we can get it over you as quick as possible. That's the last time I've talked to him. I've inquired through the MSP portal. I've left phone voicemail messages for him. And the funny thing is, a couple of weeks ago, someone was reaching in and responding to me about Yuri's file, his IA file, whoever this Allison is. And I asked her, can you please reach out and ask Joshua Riley about the body cam footage? And she said, oh, I'll pass your inquiry along to Joshua. I haven't heard anything. So what are they hiding? What are they hiding at this point?
Oh, good question. First, I'm not surprised. It looks like you got some responsiveness at the outset, but then you're getting the runaround now. It's actually unusual for someone responding to these requests to kind of give you any indication as to the substance of what's in them. For example, it's just a bunch of troopers standing around in the snow. And I think that was a huge mistake for that individual to say that, because if there is this delay and we're querying to ourselves, hey, what's going on? Why am I not getting the information? And it turns out when you ultimately do get the content that there may be something very indicative or relevant to our discussions or those you have in the future with your audience, it looks really bad that the individual said, there's nothing really there. It's just troopers standing around in the snow. I do think because of the delay
All right, we're getting rid of
you've
these.
followed up diligently, there's probably
now.
something that someone doesn't want you to see.
Well,
Boom. Okay. Sorry. I had to switch up. I wanted to move on to this. We'll go back to them. Jimberly. Falling up. Calling all beings. Hey. Whoa.
Can I get an amen from everybody in this chat right now?
Damn.
Welcome back to Calling All Beings. I'm your host, DJ.
I'm not Debbie. I don't want to deal with this shit. Oh, there he is.
For these shirts, and I have one, and I wanted to match
Let me
you.
go back a little bit. That was weird.
Recently in person, and as it turns out, much he's even better looking. What I'm seeing backstage here than on Twitter, which is, there's going to be a stark contrast here. He's got great hair, and you know what? Maybe we could get him a haircut by Nick Rocco. I mean,
need a haircut.
Maybe that's.
I mean, he was raising funds for like a perm. So
oh, is he?
He
was. My God. Okay, we're gonna have to talk.
Haircut, we go get one.
So we'll welcome him
Not
into the joint. I'm so excited because we didn't get him on last time, and we were really vibing even more than you and he were.
It's like me
in
saying
real life
to somebody else they need a haircut. I mean, I got no right.
Party people, put your hands together for Jimmy and CJ.
Hey.
Sorry, I had to. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, I had to change because I figured you wore these shirts, and I have one, and I wanted to match you, so I had to go. I wanted to change real quick.
Oh my God, you're awesome, Jimmy.
I have a half a closet full of these shirts for this purpose for the show, and I just love them.
It's awesome.
Dude, they're the best. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I can pull it off though. I feel like you pull it off more than I do.
Nice
I
work,
know,
Jimmy.
with that hair and that beard,
like
there's really,
70s Worcester area Coke dealer or something. It's a nice shirt. I mean, it's not an insult.
the only thing I have going for me is the sunglasses, and Bia can tell you that's really about it. There's really not.
Stop it. You have more going for you than that. Stop it. Bia, stop it.
Like,
be nice.
Like we were with Johnny Depp in the movie Blow or something. That's the kind of shirt that is.
Christ.
Jimmy, it is an honor to have you. Please, if you would. Do you want to say hi to people in the chat? I think if we take care of our people in the chat, they will love us forever because we want to show them the love. So let me start off here. So this is one of our new members. She is one of the ladies who supported me from Indiana every single day. Christina Rasmussen. Yeah.
Christina Rasmussen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her.
Jimmy, you're correct.
She's the best.
She is awesome, and she's very, very witty. This is our new member. We're collaborating with her on CAB. She's going to help us with guests and so forth. She has a degree in anthropology. She is the cat lady. Hello, cat lady.
I'm also a cat lady. Hello, cat lady.
Don't.
Yep, and
That's why I stopped watching this channel. I can't. I cannot do the act when he does the accents. He's got a bunch of them, and I had to leave.
Kara may end up coming here. I have 3 cats and 2 dogs.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I have 2 cats and 2 dogs, and I'm thinking about getting a 3rd cat.
When I figure this thing out, man, I'm
I love it. I can't really have too many.
And I'll do all the other stuff
now, but God forbid when I get my forever home, hopefully next.
I'm still learning.
I can have as many pets as I want. This is Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Kelly is
Hi, Kelly.
She's from the where I believe she's in Rhode Island, if I'm not mistaken.
I know Kelly.
You know? Okay. This rock.
She's from Canada. You're talking to? He fucking knows these people from the classroom.
Yeah, man.
You know, Billy, she's
Rush and Triumph, and all those Canadian groups of Brian Adams. So there we go.
Poutine, Alanis Morissette, Bieber,
Lannis Perkins,
Sue Johansson,
Drake.
Maple syrup.
Yes.
Hockey.
All right. There she is, the legend Michelle Littlefield, who got that information to Turtle Boy, that helped to form the Betero Papers. She was on our last episode. Hello, Michelle Littlefield.
Oh,
and
don't
here
do that.
is our other. This is our other mod, Sherry D.
Wait, he's TB playing
I don't know
Jimmy.
if you've seen her before.
For right
She's
now.
in a lot of different chats.
Jimmy's here.
Hello,
right?
Sherry Dizzle. Kersey Nursey M.
Oh.
I love that name.
This what?
Something going on with
Sure.
Cat Lady's cat.
Yeah, her cat
Well, Jimmy's
needs
here.
to go to the vet. I don't know if she's specific. Let us know what's going on. Let us know what's going on with her.
Yeah, no, don't go to the vet. Okay, hold on. She's been throwing up every few days. We're a bit worried. She's 14 now.
Oh, wow.
All right. Well, okay.
A 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Don't believe everything they say.
They do that.
Yeah. But definitely, yeah, you might need to get the fluids as well. That's what I ended up doing today. I got fluids for my cat, and if they're throwing up a lot, obviously they're going to be dehydrated.
Give them more fluids. Jimmy, if you're in here, I'm not even sure. You might be under a different name these days. I don't know. But if you know of anybody that's getting selling or giving away a cat, I've already called the woman Pam, I think. I'm waiting to hear back. But if you know anybody, let me know.
Dehydrated.
I'm a good cat owner. Love cats.
And their temperament is like crazy too. You just got to make sure that they're not like lethargic or whatever. But this woman who like helped save my cat's life told me this thing, and she was like, I don't give up until the cat gives up.
Yes.
Because all these vets told me to euthanize
Oh,
it.
yeah,
And I was like,
Jimmy.
I didn't want to. I felt horrible. I kept like crying. I didn't go to work and blah, blah. And I went to this woman, and she was like, I don't give up until the cat gives up.
Yes.
And I like that.
That's it. They'll let you know.
They'll let you
They'll
know.
tell you. Yeah.
Well, they'll just give up.
Yes. Or they'll just give up. Mark Cunningham is here from Dean College. Hello, my brother from Dean College, my college. Kelly Steff is here. Hello, love.
Hi, Cal.
I think. Oh, and here's one. Not only is she's from Dean. I don't know if she's from Dean College, but she's from Franklin, Mass. So what's up, Holmes? Deborah Holmes is from Franklin.
Don't do that.
Stupid.
Ernie Birdie is
Bird.
You know her? Yep. She's out here from she's in Colorado where I'm at. This is Danielle from Jersey. Hey, how you doing, Jimmy?
No,
I'm so glad to see you on screen.
No.
You know,
The best name. The best name.
How you doing?
Letteros by Bettero.
Oh, totally, man.
This the best name.
After those letters came out, it was like required. I've like got them all saved on my computer. They're so amazing. And Suzanne Cleveland, I don't know if you know her. She's one of the authorities on the Sandra Birchmore case that she's focused on and stood out a gazillion times. This young lady is a retired Massachusetts attorney, and she is the official attorney of Calling All Beings. This Nurse Deb, I feel like I see her in Nurse Kim's chat all the time.
Nurse Deb?
Yeah.
Everyone
I
gets us
think that's-
confused.
Yeah.
I met Nurse Deb, and I was like, everyone thinks that you're me or Nurse Kim or both of us combined.
Yeah, well, apparently
She was at the Pearls and Girls, I think.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
my nurse dad.
Yep.
That we did a stand up.
When I started doing the CossyG thing, everybody is like, that's Jimmy, and like maybe some other person, but that's Tiny Deb. I know it is.
Note for Enrique.
And then I called into a show one day.
Britt Bratt. So let's see. Yes, finally caught her live, and it's with Auntie.
Jimmy, since you're here, do you want me to watch this, or do you want me to like watch something else? You tell me, because you're in the chat here. You're a guest in the home, so let me know what you want to do. You don't want? Okay, all right, man. We're moving on. That's all you need to say. Okay, no problem. All right. Wait. Okay. How do I do this? All right. Okay. Stop. All right. Hold on. I got to do something. I'll figure this out. When I do, Brian, I was muted. Sorry. All right, give me a minute here. Fucking stupid. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Was he actually on the show though? Okay, hold on. Oh no. I don't know if this. If it sucks, I'm gonna go back to LTL.
This is apropos.
I'm freaking out.
And wait a minute. Do you know who this person is right here?
Of course, that's my girl.
Oh, stop it.
Lulu Bell.
Yes. Yes.
God damn it. Work with me, would you please?
But it is a big one that every.
All right, I'm about to make a.
Right.
Another
hold on. It just got interesting.
Threatened or doxed, you're not doing your job right.
Funny how
Yeah.
Kevin for like the last 2 years has gone after Jen, especially, but a lot of
He's
us,
old.
me, he
No.
could call me the young jelly and all this other shit.
Nobody cares.
And
All right, I'm making the
just stuff
executive
he said to
decision.
Jen, like,
I'm
Jen, you're
putting
gonna
the-
you're
I'm putting
going
the-
down,
I'm
all
putting
this
the
crap,
brakes
all
on
this
this.
the KP stuff.
Yeah.
He said it to all of us. And
I'm
they're the
going
ones,
back to where the funny.
like now I worry about my friend Kevin.
This is just
Like,
sad.
Kev, are you in trouble? Because I heard
This is just sad. Hold on, you're gonna laugh. No, wait, just watch. God damn it. Ready to rumble, Karen Reed. I can't. Sometimes little things pop up. Oh boy.
It's a guessing game. What day could a verdict come down? How is it going to go? And so for me, people very close to me had said Tuesday or Wednesday. And obviously we saw some incredible questions come out Tuesday, which kind of gave us an idea of
Where it was going.
perhaps the direction this was going. And I think the directions that we saw on Tuesday gave us some comfort as to what was going on, but yet left concerns about could we still have a hung jury on perhaps the second charge, on the manslaughter charge. And,
what happened? What do you
and so
mean?
then
Oh,
Thursday
what's
comes
going on?
and rather Wednesday comes
guys
and,
not
and,
seeing this?
and then I think the concern was, well, we should have it by
Push the
lunch,
chat to
and
throw
lunch
me off.
comes and there's no questions and we're going,
It got quiet down in the
oh
streets.
boy, what's going on? You know, and each of the lawyers reacts differently.
I still
Alan,
want-
little inside info.
I
Alan
still
goes on
want
his
to zoom in on this, but I don't know why. I get the touch screen and everything, but I can't.
phone and watches Tom Cruise movies to relax, or he watches cooking videos to relax.
Already mid.
David will literally take his tie, put it in front of his eyes, and take a nap. Somebody here, Adam, swear to God.
Adam's
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah,
I'm sure
my
everybody
best buddy
knows it.
Adam. Everybody
Yeah.
knows Adam. He's here tonight, and he snapped a picture of
way.
David with the tie over his eyes. So he just knocks out. He just has that ability to do that. The family doesn't have that ability. We're kind of biting our nails. So somewhere around 2:00, David gets a phone call from the court saying judge would like to see you. And so we immediately get in SUVs and head over there. And
I don't understand why you would cry. I'm trying to. I've thought about it before. Like if I was in his situation, I did videos and stuff. Like,
and then it just what you
Wouldn't
saw is
Nathan
really
do
what
that?
happened. We get rushed in and we've got a verdict. Oh, now we don't have a verdict.
Yeah, what was explain
oh, this is the cropped out version. When he cut Jess out, right? I mean, how petty.
that? What was going on with that?
We didn't really get an explanation beyond they knocked on the door. Court officer came to the door of the jury room. We've got a verdict. They pull that back. The jury asked for it to be pulled back. Subsequently, within a couple of minutes, we're going, what's going on here, right? And Judge Cannoni's telling us this, right?
I am.
So now we had one, now we don't have one, and we're going, are there games here? What's going on here, right? And if there aren't, what are we not seeing? Is what's not playing in our favor potentially? You just don't know. And so they moved the family, our defense team, as well as our interns, and we had 5 interns with us for the course of the last week to 10 days. They moved us into a smaller courtroom down the hall. But maybe 10, 15 minutes. I'm looking at Adam. I think that was about right. And then one of the interns was on her phone. I think it was Sophie. And Sophie says, Aiden Carney's indicating there is a verdict. Then within a minute or two of her saying that, there was a knock on the door, and it's go time.
Wow.
It's go time. So we came in and walked down, and it was intense. There were Aiden described it, I thought, incredibly well, because he was in the courtroom, and on his show last night he just said it was intense, and it was emotional, and it was. Karen came in and hugged us all. The lawyers came around and hugged us all, and that's just what it was. And what I found interesting was, after about 10 minutes, my mom, I was in the front row, and I had my mom on my right, my dad just beyond her, and the interns behind me, Adam's next to me and behind me, and Adam's directly behind me.
All right.
My mom looks at me and says,
"Sorry,
interestingly enough,
oh wait, it's not it by itself. Don't do that.
The Commonwealth's not in the room yet, and the O'Keefe's are not in the room. So everybody's there.
But we will do this. Hold on. Here we go. It's got to be up here somewhere. Oh yeah. Here we go.
Early on, I'm talking about 2022.
Yeah.
All of 2022.
Verklempt.
Really confident.
Trial. You have the retrial.
Where is it?
With her health
Ryan.
issues, there wasn't a lot of that.
Ryan, come on.
And the fact for him in the crowd when we finally got out to hug him, and I don't think Aiden's
Across the street, him and I are both standing next together, and he's live, and he's got his big iPad set up, and the moment comes down, and Tommy's next to me, and Tom really was one of the first people that I met out on the street.
Same.
And I'm gonna get emotional.
Yeah, bud.
I said, Tommy, we did it. We did it, Tommy. We knew. I said, here we were that whole time, standing out in the fucking heat, the cold,
rain,
sacrificing our vacations, our Sundays, coming out. And I wouldn't have changed one thing about it. And you can hear us talking on camera. I got the clip. It's good. And I said, Tommy, we did it. Yeah. And he's like, it's fucking great, isn't it? It's really good. It's a good feeling. And
it's a good feeling.
It changed me a lot. I've grown as a person
girl
so much through this. I've learned to calm down. I used to be a really angst guy 2 years ago.
No.
And this has really fucking humbled me. And
I didn't see this part.
I think, as my license plate says, fate.
I saw it when I was tonight, yeah.
This is all for a reason.
Jimmy, I don't know. What do you think? That's pretty.
I've said, and I'll repeat it here. I was on with the Galera around the holidays, and he did one of those 12-hour shows that he goes off and does.
Drinks coffee and smokes cigarettes.
He's got a speed blubber or something. And you go, what is this guy doing? And I love him for it. And they had me on.
Fucking secretly hate his fucking guts.
And then I was working that day, and I got on, and I told a quick story, and I'll say it here. And for most people, it's probably a repeat.
All right,
but it should be said that my favorite memory of Tom, CPU.
Brian. All right, you're out of here, buddy. Did that just go right into the thing? Maybe not. All right. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to get this figured out. I'm going to make videos like mine. I'm going to get a producer and every fucking thing. All right, here we go. I can't see the damn thing.
Judges gavel slams to seat. Lawyers dance twist the their feet. Finger points truth in the air. Crime scene chalk, we got there. Witness falls under the glare. Truth lies hidden, but where? Evidence in shadow cracks. Guilty walks with ducks and packs. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck.
It's a fucking duck.
If it cracks with a sack and waddles in the track, it's stuck.
The duck.
It circles round the facts, can't hide from the luck. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck.
I don't care. I'm not. We're cool. I'm not.
But he knows a lot more of the backstory than I do. I go by watching your streams and trying to piece things together, and we're on different time zones. So sometimes I miss stuff, and the
I don't think I've ever seen her before. I've just heard her voice.
audience fills me in. So I figured it was best to have Jason up because he's got a finger on the pulse, basically. But before we kick off, I have a question just related to what I do on my channel.
We had a back and forth pretty heavily one time, and then it just kind of went away. I still get the screenshots. He was super pissed at me.
As you know, one of my pet projects is the LawTube mashup, and I'm curious how that impacted you. Like, did you know that LawTube even existed before we started doing the mashups and showing that all these people were watching? And
okay.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Brian's
it was hard to miss Emily Baker and
the shooting,
lawyer, I mean, they come up in your algorithm a
Brian
lot. They
cries.
feed it to you. But so no, I didn't know before Karen Reed. I'd never heard of any of these people, but during the Karen Reed trials when I first found them.
Yep, right. Because I really enjoyed the LawTube during the Johnny Depp trial, and there was a lot of people doing mashups of different reactions of the LawTubers, and I thoroughly enjoyed them and just went, yep, this is the
one of these days somebody has to explain Giardia from like a 30,000 foot perspective.
Perfect trial to do that for. So I
don't know anything about it.
Were you
I know a little piece.
Were you surprised that many of the LawTubers were mostly appalled by the charges being brought against Karen in the first place, and their responses to the general lack of investigation?
I know,
like,
Jess.
did that surprise
I
you?
know that part of it, but isn't
looking at it that way?
I don't know.
No, I knew any rational person who looked at it would have the same reaction. So it was actually refreshing.
I go to class
see
all
this.
the time.
I don't talk. I think that a lot
do.
of them held their own feelings in.
I chat in there.
There's no way that Peter Tragos and Emily Baker don't think this is a complete farce, and but they're not. That's not their style.
They're not saying it overtly.
To say that no, but like no. I mean, I'm like, okay, that's why I thought they would never bring it to trial, because the whole thing is just too embarrassing. I don't think anyone could possibly listen to all this and believe that Karen Reed is guilty, or like not only that, like that she was framed and that the McAlberts killed John O'Keefe. Like, how could anybody watch this trial and reach any other conclusion? Like, it's absurd.
Right. I think I get the picture. Like, I was talking with Hayden. Sorry, Hayden. I get you guys. Hayden from Australia. He's
okay.
Aussie overlord. He was in the mashups. He does a lot of swearing like yourself. He's not shy with the F's and C's, but I was talking with Aiden about it, and he said, look, even I can't come out and say what I really think about this, because I'm also held to a high standard, even though these people are.
I remember she was out of her mind pissed at me because I was on the glare calling as Cossy one day, and he said, what's up with I better not say. Okay.
In a different country.
He was mad at me.
You have bar associations. We have a similar thing here in Australia, but it's kind of more state level, and you get reported for saying things about other judges, or you've got to respect the law. You've got to have that level of respect, and you can be reported in Australia for dissing a judge in another country or whatever, especially a Western country that we are allies with. So he's held to those standards as well. And I find that, people like you say, Peter Tragos and Emily D. Baker, but Peter, he's in practice. So he's got something to worry about as far as
like staring off in his face.
How he comes across, like criticizing a judge or other lawyers or prosecution. These things can reflect very badly on you within the system, but
I'm not going to bring it up. Is this during the whore tour, or is this even before that?
Emily D. Baker's not practicing anymore, but she still is one of the LawTubers, like the biggest LawTubers on the internet. So she has a reputation to keep. So I understand why they're not coming straight out with the
I've heard it, Souvenir. Yeah,
criticism the way that they are. But I really did appreciate, we all appreciated that it was very validating for us as the audience to get that feedback from the lawyers. Did you find that validating as well?
Oh yeah, very much so. How could you not?
And then having the funny side of it as well.
You guys remember the AV to the Seventh Power interview? Is this right up there with that?
Pretty hilarious with their reactions. So, who was your favorite funny reaction to the weird shit that went on? Did you have a favorite?
Funny reaction?
Yeah.
Law
like,
tubers, yeah.
I mean, I really didn't
He's
watch him
already
that
out
much,
of. He's
so
already out of it.
I was too busy watching the trial live and covering it to really watch much of it. So I wish I don't have an answer for that one.
Right. Did you have a favorite, Jason? Like as far as hilarious reactions went?
No, I actually think it's kind of funny because similar to Aiden's answer, like I actually don't have time to go on a lot of streams, and I try to hop in for Turtle Club. I try to do that. But what I end up by doing is I end up by visiting a stream for 10 minutes, and I think Aiden, I think you watch on 1.5 speed when you're watching videos or streams. I watch on 2, because it's hard to dedicate the time to do that and the time to covering all that. In general, I really do like Emily D. Baker. I think she has great reactions. So I do like watching her stuff. All of those people, LawTube was a full circle moment for me. I watched the Johnny Depp trial. I watched the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. And so that's how I came to know all these people. And I have these moments with Aiden all the time because one of them is even prior to LawTube, prior to his case, when Mark Randazza represented him in the past, I've been following Mark Randazza for, 5 or 6 years and communicated with him. So somehow Aiden has a way of making my worlds collide where it's something, oh, wait a minute, I already know this person or I know that. I mean, if you listen to Grant, I've been friends with Kate Peters since 2019. There's a collision. So we have all of these kind of crazy things that happen.
Well, you guys, you just totally missed the point of the mashups. So you didn't have to tune in to 200 streams and still catch the funny parts. But I think my favorite was Emily D. Baker too. She just has epic reactions to things that my favorite saying is the fuckery. Anyway, that's all I wanted to know was just, how helpful was that for you guys? Because it certainly helped us from tearing our hair out at some of the stuff that was going down. But let's get to some serious stuff. If that's the direction you want to go, Jason, but I'll let you take over from here.
It sure is. I've actually been kind of parroting this on social media because I think that we had this moment of celebration at the end of the Karen Reed trial, right? Everyone did. But we still have Aiden facing charges and we have all this. So there was this kind of this immediate celebration and people started to back off. And how did it feel? Because Aiden, I was worried when I came down on that Monday for your last hearing. I was worried that the crowds were going to be gone. I would never have said that publicly, but I'll admit it that privately I was worried that I was going to get there and that no one was going to be there. And I was pleasantly surprised that I couldn't get into the courtroom. How did that feel for you when you showed up? And were you worried about that in advance?
It was a great feeling. It was an awesome feeling having a big crowd there. And no, I wasn't worried about that. I knew that there would be people there for me. I knew it wouldn't be the same size as Karen's, but I know that especially with Karen's over in the victory, that people understand the impact that my reporting had, and that being without my activism and journalism, a lot of people wouldn't know about this. So no, I'm not really surprised. I was happy to see people there.
I think that's great, and I think that a lot of people, I don't know if they ever picked up on it because they got kind of so wrapped up in Karen's trial, but the parallels of these stories, your case actually has impacts that are just as large as hers because you have a government kind of run amok that has done that. Do you think that
what is the deal? Where does this guy stand now? Because I don't know, if everybody likes him or half the people that didn't hate him before like him now or something. I don't know. I can't keep up.
Felt closer to Karen after you got arrested and they were coming after you. Did you feel like a kind of like a kinship with her based on the fact that you were
Well, I apologize for giving Jimmy a wrench. Probably doesn't want it anyway.
Being falsely accused and charged.
Yeah. I mean, when I was charged, there was something more that her and I had in common that we could bond over for sure.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know, they're hearing about your case, and I think everyone loved seeing Better Alive in court and the interaction between him and Judge Doolin and all of that. But a lot of this audience, I get questions
do remember
all the time
this.
because
This was
a mention like
struggle.
Who is Leah Genduso? And so I think that there are a good number of people who are tuned into Karen who weren't getting into and as we start to, I don't know how much you can say, and I don't want you to say what you can't.
No, I'm not putting.
But as we start to get into your case more, there's this whole nother group of characters that are emerging that nobody knows about.
Jimmy can put you in timeout for suggesting that. I mean,
unless they've been a long-term turtle rider, like some of us have followed you for a long time. But so who is Leah Genduso?
And by the way, everything I say is a joke on here. I'm never serious, except when I'm seriously laughing at Brian or one of these people.
But what is she? I don't know. So Leah Genduso, she's a. I mean, I've talked about.
Whoa,
I mean, I've talked about her ad nauseum on my show. She's a disgraced state trooper who I exposed in 2018 for being a former drug dealer and money launderer who was investigated by the state police, and then they hired her to be a state trooper anyway, despite that.
So we're getting reports from people, as you know, I do my own digging, that this Leah Genduso was in the family Discord of people that Kate Peter has, talking with the Karen Reed family members and everything. Do you find that I know we see this over and over again, but you seem to have all these characters from your past that keep popping up and getting themselves involved in ways. And I know Leah Genduso wasn't publicly involved or commenting much on this.
I never caught up with this guy.
Do you
like,
think that they have any
too
support
far
beyond
afield,
this core group of people who hate you because you talked about them, or you talked about their friends, you talked about their family members?
I don't understand the question.
No, that's going to be. I think that's a common theme here. I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel for them, you know. Side. I don't know. He was doing a lot of
So what I'm no, it's okay. So what I'm saying
also,
is
you gotta have like I would know it
as we get more information that's coming out, like Leah Genduso, who apparently lives in another state
be
now
like,
and
"What's
doesn't have
dump
anything to
truck
do
like?
with this,
Is she
in the family Discord with members of the.
I don't know what the family. I don't know what the family Discord is. I don't know what any of that means.
Okay, we'll skip it.
Yeah.
We'll
Man
talk
after
more
my
about-
own heart.
We'll skip it. We'll talk more about that later.
Yeah.
Does she have any other support besides the people that hate you? Is I think the bottom of the question.
Who?
Karen,
Who?
sure.
Genduso.
What?
Or in general, Kate Peter, the people that hate you.
Kate
That
Peter.
crew, yeah.
I'm not even close to understanding what the question is right now. Like not even close.
Not even close.
Hold on, let me clarify.
I don't understand.
So we know
I'm
that we
sorry.
have Kate Peter, who's come out as the spokesperson for the McAlberts and
Might
all of
as
these
well
things.
be speaking Greek backwards to me.
This whole group of people, how much support do you think that the McAlberts actually had for themselves versus people who were just working with Kate Peter and people that were just coming after you because they hate you? Like, what do you think if you had to guess like a percentage of the people supporting them, how many of them are really not connected to them at all?
I mean, you've seen the opinion polls, right? Like it was like what 80 to 90% of people thought Karen Reed was not guilty. I mean, you've seen the same polls I am. So it's,
by the way, Aussie, I think you did a good job on this. It wasn't your fault. We're just checking it out.
Yeah, that's what I would guess.
So of that 10%, I observed probably maybe only 5%
That's what I
didn't know
hear.
anyone, weren't connected to anyone, had just
Weird.
tuned in to the Law and Crime Network and stuff like that. Of that small 10%, you know, there probably less than half, I reckon,
See a bunch of familiar
were just
names
new
in
to
there,
the case
obviously,
and just went,
in the chat.
you know, we're dumb, we don't get science, essentially.
Or they listen to Court TV and they listen to Julie.
Do you guys really think he was like trying to like get something out of him of value?
Grant, and they've been watching it for 10 years and they're just going to believe everything she says, right? I think there's some of that.
Yeah.
Aiden, when we look at that and we look at those people that are out there that are coming after you in your case, we now see Kate Peters, obviously the leader of that crew, and we now see her name making an appearance in your case quite a bit in terms of some of these motions and letter motions that Betterow is sending. This week, we saw the judge reply to Mark Betterow about the letter motion saying that this isn't in the proper form for a discovery request, and the trolls seized on that to go make fun of Mark Betterow. Do you think that
Well, I hate to bring it up, but
that was the judge trying to chastise Mark Betterow or trying to tell him, I see your point and give this to me in a form that I can do something with it? Like, what do you think the odds are that you're going to get this discovery that we're looking for?
Well, we have to get the discovery. It's the law. They have to. But, your guess is as good as mine about the letter.
Right.
If he wants it, I think he said he wants it in the form of a motion. So I guess we'll have to do that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your overall, everyone loves Betterow in person, right? They love to get Betterow in court. And it's just like the energy whips up with, Mark Betterow's there and Mark's in court. And you even saw that in the judge. What's that like for you in terms of your relationship with him? Obviously.
by the way, met Betterow yesterday. Very short dude. Strong handshake. Surprisingly strong handshake. Very strong. Nice guy. I introduced myself as specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, and he started cracking up. He's like, "Oh, you're the guy." I talked to him for a
when
few
he's
minutes.
here in front of you, that's a better situation than when he's remote. I almost feel like when he's remote, it's almost like he's not there. So tell me the difference between how you feel about it, whether he's in person or he's remote.
It's way better when he's there. I mean, it's just awesome to have your lawyer there.
And Aussie's cracking up.
Not being there, it's definitely makes a big difference. Like, he's there. It's like he's right next to you. He's arguing. It's better.
I've really liked to see, having attended so many of your hearings. I'm also a big Tim Bradel fan, and I really like to see the interaction with them playing off of each other.
Betterow and Bradel.
Do you think that their relationship works well? Like, how much better is it for you now that you have both Bradel and Betterow, and how that works for you? You're building your own dream team, kind of like Karen did when she added Alan Jackson. Just in general, what are your thoughts on that, and how do you think that's been going for you? The difference between
when I put the picture on X yesterday, it was like 18 people. It was like, "Oh, did you eat the fucking? Did you pick them up and put them in your pocket?" It's like, dude, you don't got to be tall to be, deadly, or brilliant.
The difference between pre-adding Betterow and adding Betterow, like how well do you think that they've
Like
interacted?
stupid jokes too. Like nobody knows how to be funny on there. It's just all dumb.
Together and meshed.
Well, they're a great team. They're Tim is a really experienced lawyer in Massachusetts. He's done a lot of high profile cases. He's very good on his feet. When he does a he's really good with cross examination, as we've seen in my trial with Lindsay Gattani. Like, he's good just nailing these people down with shit. Once he gets on a roll, he's like really good. Whereas Mark, like I said, I've only seen Mark in court speaking. I mean, that was kind of the most I ever saw him speak. It was at the last hearing. Because like he's been there before, but he hasn't spoken, like whatever. They're kind of like more dividing up who's going to say what now. And I like it more that way. It's kind of how Karen's team did it. But, Mark does obviously Mark's just a great analytical thinker. And like he comes up with shit that I've never thought of before. Like, the way he kind of puts it all together and writes these letters, like it's awesome. So Mark's great behind the scenes.
That you were talking about Tim Bradel and his cross-examination.
Yeah, when the judges get all territorial and shit, like, oh, we don't, again yesterday, we don't do it like that in Massachusetts. Everything's got to be, you got to have the thing at the top, what you're arguing. It's got to be, compartmentalized. It can't be a bunch of other stuff, and but it's going to go to trial.
I've been to a lot of court hearings, not just in
going
these
to win
cases.
it anyways.
And I have to say that your restraining order hearing was probably the best court appearance that I've ever seen in person in terms of the hilarity that ensued. The cross-examination was great. From Bradel, obviously the stuff with Grant Smith Ellis and getting chastised by the judge. It was kind of the perfect storm with the perfect result.
I don't know. Don't shake your head. Get your
that was a big victory
computer
for you. And I think that might have almost been, what did that do for your confidence? Because for me, that almost was like where we started to turn the corner from the Commonwealth was having their way with you, and to all of a sudden, like, hey, wait a minute, things are turning in your favor. What did that moment feel like?
When Lindsay Gattani was denied a restraining order?
Yeah, just in
Yeah,
general, that hearing and how you feel like that. Do you also feel like that was a turning point in your case?
I mean, it was a big win. It was more of a turning point with her. Like that was one less control she has over me because Lindsay is, she gets like the restraining order is what bonded her to me.
Right,
It was
that's
like
the only thing that got rid of that was just the order.
she probably smells it. Probably smells like me still. Like she probably rubs it on her pants, and still smells the smell of Aiden from our brief 2-month tryst, a couple years ago. And so, yeah, getting rid of that. I mean, that's like she considers court dates like dates. Like her cross-examining me at that hearing. I think that that was the first time she got to talk to me face to face since the incident, and I'm sure she was like, there's like a date for her that's as close to me as she can get and actually talk to me and talk about our sex life. And I mean, that's the only question she kind of asks is like, what about Roadhead? Did I give you Roadhead or not give you Roadhead? Did I, didn't you fuck me on December 20th? Like, did you fuck me on this date? And it's
All
like,
good
she just wanted to
questions.
talk about the good old days to her because that was like probably the greatest 2 or 3 months of her life. And she's never getting it back.
It is weird in the context of a restraining order hearing that it seemed like she was trying to say everything she could.
And by the way, Leslie and Maureen in the chat can fuck off. I fucking
He just exploded, man. The middle finger came out. I'm like, what's going on? He just goes into it. He must be watching the chat, right?
hate you. Shut the fuck up.
Die in a hole
right now. Fuck off, Leslie. Go fuck yourself. I hope horrible fucking things happen to you.
Die in a hole.
There's a queue for the mods.
Yeah.
We're running.
Whatever. It's like criticism is how you grow. Chill.
Die
Like,
in a
what
hole.
the fuck are you talking about? I'm like,
I
they're
love
criticizing me in the chat. What the fuck you want me to do? I'm sitting here. I'm like answering questions. They're criticizing me. Shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
No, by all means, you go ahead. I think part of this is that we really do want to get your take on things. Back to Lindsay for a minute. What a lot of people, I think you've done something that's impressed me, which is you talked about how you felt during those times in the run up in December and how emotional this was for you with the fake pregnancy before you figured out that it was fake and your feelings on this. I think people need to know a little bit. I love that side of you. So while they're in here criticizing you, the truth is we hear all kinds of criticism of you online that you're this evil person and that you do all of this. But I think people underestimate.
You seem like a swell guy to me. I'm a pretty good judge of character, I think.
How you're a real person and how you feel. So I think the audience wants to hear more of that. Do you feel like you're getting kind of beyond that? Because I know she messed with you emotionally, and I know that this was a thing. There's a
Aussie knows
you had this betrayal, and the betrayal doesn't feel good. You found out she was lying to you. How do you cope with all that? This still happens to you every day. People come at you. How do you cope with your feelings about all of this?
About people lying to me?
About in general, the attacks on you from her, the lies, the betrayals. You've been betrayed a few times. Let's face it. Kate Peter being right in the beginning. How do you feel about all that now? How are you doing?
It's a lot of Kate Peter questions.
I mean, I don't like betrayal. I don't like when people are shady. I don't really understand.
She's not on my Christmas list.
I feel how any normal person would feel about betrayal. I hate it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to be a little bit open-ended to get you to talk about your feelings because I know that this is something that the audience and your detractors are like, he's this evil person and he doesn't care about people. But evidence shows that you've taken blogs down about people in the past if they've asked if they reform their lives and all of these things. And I think a lot of people don't get the full picture of kind of the fact that you're actually kind of a nice guy. Who's being sold to be this kind of evil character. So how do you deal with the mental pressure from all of these people constantly lying about you and being detractors?
I mean, I just kind of
that's
learn to ignore it. Like, what they say doesn't really matter to me.
Left me at the fucking no, I'm kidding.
You just, you have, it's part of being.
I got out of the Uber and I ran for the bus and missed it. I had to wait an hour and a half to get the next one, but it was cool, Connor.
Whatever you want to call me, famous, whatever you want to call it, like people are gonna not like you. People are gonna shit on you. People are gonna say untrue things about you.
Everybody
if you go too far, I will sue you. But other than that, if you break the law, if you threaten to do something, if you actually break an actual law, like Krusty Panties did, by committing witness intimidation, then I'll press charges against you or I'll get an order on you. But other than that, it's like you just learn to whatever,
I know because I've gone back now to I think she worked for you, was writing under your blog, Bristol Turtle Girl, till 2019, or was it 2020? Do you remember when that occurred?
She left right before COVID, so it's February 2020.
He knows the dates.
I don't think you can answer this question, but what the fuck is wrong with her? Like this has been, so we're 5+ years in, and I don't understand that level of obsession. So like, can you shed any insight? You knew her prior for a period of time.
I mean, now that everybody's saying it, they are kind of weird questions. I didn't kind of pick it up at the time. You know, I didn't know how relevant it was, but.
And can you shed any insight as to what happened
there
there
are
that
a lot of,
caused
like,
her to have this lifelong obsession with you?
I don't want to relive the whole Kate Peter thing. I mean, she
Right.
sucks. She's obsessed. She's irrelevant.
I mean, there's so much more.
We all know about her. You know, it's like she's just fucking crazy.
What do you want people to know about your case and where we are now? Like, what do you want people? Obviously, we want people to support you. They should donate. They should keep showing
I'm
up.
not guilty,
What do you think
and
is
I
important
need
about
money.
your case that maybe hasn't been getting out in some of these interviews?
In my interviews or in these?
Yeah, and some of the interviews that you've been giving now. I know that
the
in general.
What have I not been getting out?
What do you want to get out that you don't think has maybe been covered yet?
I mean, nothing. I mean, I've gotten it all out. I've done videos on it, and I've been on a lot of streams, and I've talked about the specifics of the charges, and especially with like Runkle and Andrea Burkhart, and the lawyers like Bob Mata and Ali Mata, like they really have jumped into it, and I've explained the charges to them, and yeah, I mean, I've gotten it all out.
So I think that's great. Do you have any other questions, Ossie?
I think we should get a little bit more casual now. We've been through the roo-roo.
Yeah.
It is an unplugged stream. We just want to see what Turtle Boy's like, sitting back casual. So, have a drink, Turtle Boy. And
Okay. Sorry about that.
get comfortable. I kind of thought the unplugged, the theme of the unplugged was just to be yourself, I think I did actually explain to you, I'm not an interviewer. I'm not a journalist. I don't know how to interview people. I have no experience at that whatsoever. I'm just very casual. Say whatever it is you want to say. Just interact, whatever, get comfy. I don't want to put you on the spot with any questions. I certainly don't want you to be saying anything that's going to go against your lawsuit. I know you've got to be quiet about a lot of stuff. I mean,
I would like to know how she makes videos, because I can't do that. I got to learn that shit.
but boy, do we have some questions with that lawsuit. Obviously, you can't answer a lot of these questions. We've got Beto letter just come out recently with a lot of redactions, and I'm absolutely certain that everyone wants to know what's in those redactions. But I feel like if we watch your channel and your episodes, that a lot of those redactions are actually self-explanatory. They're kind of there in all of the content. Once you've caught up with all of the content, those redactions all make sense. But on that note, I don't specifically have any questions that I feel are going to put you in a position. I just like you to be relaxed and comfortable.
I'm relaxed.
Yeah, cool.
Wow.
The chat's going off with insults to my interviewer here. So just go back in your box, people.
Oh, I get this every day. I'm not worried about that. So actually, while we're talking about it, there's some great comments in the chat about the First Amendment. I know you covered Long Island audit, Sean's arrest here in Connecticut. I've actually been following that story since the first videos he posted about that maniacal state trooper.
Did they end up arresting? Does anybody know about that? Arresting that Connecticut statey for going after that audit guy? I thought I saw somewhere he got arrested.
On the First Amendment in general, you get a lot of people criticizing you and saying that you're a blogger. You're not a journalist, but blogging is a medium. And how do you feel about the respect that you've actually been getting from local journalists, especially in wake of the verdict when you were outside the trial? And you're the guy that everybody wanted to talk to, journalist Aidan Carney. Even the ones that don't like you have had to give you props for breaking this story and covering this story. How does it make you? Do you feel like a little victory lap when they had to do that? Does it make you feel good that they're have to eat some crow?
Well, yeah, of course. Feels great. Feels awesome. Like having all these people immediately come up to you afterwards and ask you questions about your role in this. It was very validating, but it had to happen, because without me, the story isn't blowing up close to what it is, for sure.
Precisely. I kind of feel like there's a similar situation that happened with Julian Assange, where the media refused to acknowledge that he was a journalist. And I kind of feel like they went through this similar phase of where they wanted to introduce you. Every time they talked about you, it was the blogger. They wouldn't say that you're an award-winning journalist. And I kind of feel like they went through this like transition where all of a sudden at the end of the trial, they weren't going to get any story unless they acknowledged that you were a journalist. They had to go through this little evolution themselves. But I kind of feel like we're back to that point where they don't want to.
Cracked 300, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. And like 300 and something likes already. Thank you very much, everybody.
Knowledge now, because you're going through, you know, your own witness intimidation trial and everything. I feel like they're going back to that again, like that but he's not a journalist. He's not one of us. We can't defend him because he's not a proper journalist like we are, kind of attitude. Do you key with that whole Julian Assange thing, how they did that to him and basically left him on the hook to defend for himself, basically wouldn't say anything in his favor. But then, of course, you know, they used his material because obviously that was the story at the time. Do you feel that same thing sort of happening?
Compared to Julian Assange? I can't, I mean, I know the basics of Julian Assange. I don't know all the details. I know he leaked classified information that we wasn't supposed to.
Is that the Twitter files guy? Julian Assange? I don't know.
And they charged him for that. I'm not going to pretend to know all the details of Julian Assange or how he was treated by the rest of the media. I mean, I can only talk about myself, and you know, I think we know how.
The only similarity, he's not a journalist. You know, we're proper journalists. You're not a journalist. You're a blogger. That was the only similarity I was drawing there. It kind of like they had that little phase where they realized they had to acknowledge that you are a journalist to be able to put a mic in your face. It was
yeah. I mean, you could put a mic in the face of somebody who's not.
Where does the pee thing come from? Because that was in Jimmy's song. Was he drinking pee?
A journalist, I suppose. It's like, but I mean, whatever. It's all just semantics. Like they're still going to call me a blogger, no matter what. Like no matter how many stories I break or you know whatever. It's their subtle way of doing a little put down.
WikiLeaks.
You know, we all know what it is. I embrace it at this point. So yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing I sort of thought was that as your case progresses, I don't feel like they are going to be putting themselves in your shoes. Like, if they can silence you, then they can silence us. I don't feel like the media is going to put themselves in that position where they're defending you because they feel like, you know, whatever the consequences are to you, that's also going to be their consequences. They will be able to be quietened as well. So do you think that at the other end of this, because we saw how Karen Reid blew up, we're pretty sure yours is going to blow up very similarly. There could be some changes to protect certain types of journalism.
I see enough people.
Or do you hope that at least?
I believe you.
That who will protect journalists?
Massachusetts, they're probably one of the only states that don't have any
skin color. I mean, it's working for him. I mean, if that's the look he's going for.
Proper protections for journalists, from what I understand.
Well, yeah. I mean, I had Mike. I don't know if Mike interviewed him or I mean, I had Nick Boldiga, I believe, on my show, and he's proposing legislation, journalist shield law. So we're hoping to get that for sure.
Yeah, that's what it's called, shield law.
Yeah.
I just got to quickly drop a message. Your floor is yours, Jason. I just got to get the link that we had prepared. Sorry.
While we're talking about the First Amendment in journalism, what do you feel? I kind of have this theory about why the mainstream media doesn't cover these cases until they're dragged into it.
That made me laugh.
I almost feel at this point that independent journalism has become better than, especially in light of what you've been able to do with the activism combined with the journalism. How do you feel about the contrast between the independent journalism and the mainstream media? In the context of, let me.
Yeah, that made me laugh. He drinks piss, brother, and also Ultra Magadog cracked me up the other day. Like Jay Brills was in the bus stop live, and she's like, "You gonna bring that stinky pant fucking Crawford guy with you?" or something like that. It made me crack up.
Round that out in the context of I have this theory that the mainstream media is afraid to offend the government. We've seen newsrooms around the country. We've seen them slash their local reporting. And a lot of their content is delivered to them via press release from the same people, like the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office. Do you see like a resistance for them to cover these stories in a way that independent journalists like yourself can fill the gap and actually go back to the real style of investigative journalism that the networks refuse to do?
Well, sounds like you're answering your own question.
BLT's
I agree with everything you said for sure. That is exactly how I feel.
Great.
There you go.
I feel like I wasn't getting the question out without the answer, so I apologize.
That's okay.
I do think that we kind of have this thing that's happening, kind of this movement. I think maybe the cell phone did it, where everyone's got a camera. But I for one appreciate what you do in the sense that you've kind of look at all the people around this trial that were not content creators, that never did a live stream, that never did that. Aside from building up the movement on the sidewalk, how do you feel about the fact that you've inspired all this journalism?
Does he have a channel? I mean, I don't know. Does he? I mean, he seems to do a lot of stuff. I mean, does he have one?
Like, you now have all these people who never had a channel, they never did this, and now they're out there and they're actually covering things. How does it make you feel to
Who's
know
out
that
there?
you kind of, well, you know, you have like people like, even if they were content creators, but you have like Mazda Media, you've got Mike from the Young Jerks, who had a channel forever, but obviously in the wake of this, his content, he's not just sitting around talking about weed anymore, right? I love Mike, but now you've kind of expanded his horizons. Brian from LTL Media always had a channel, was talking about things, but it's almost like you've uplifted the entire community of journalists too, not just the supporters. So how do you feel about what you've done and the fact that
The questions are too late. You get lost. I mean, they got to be.
Well, I mean, that's the grift, right? It's like a lot. The grifters are going to grift. Grifters unite. So I'm happy that it's more than just me covering this for sure.
Like Turtle Boy, when it comes to the First Amendment, you know, what do you think the difference? You know what I mean, between amendments and laws, and you know what I mean. You're like, you know, it's kind of a thing I wrote on, you know, the judge saying he's gonna leave an amendment.
Since you brought up that word,
to the
you know,
jury.
Aussie and I were talking a little bit before the stream. Do you believe that independent journalists should get paid for their work?
Do I believe that I should get paid?
Yeah, you
for my
get
work?
lost in the.
Sure, people call you a grifter, right? And you're only covering the story to make
the
money.
journey
But
here
I
with the
find that
question.
similarly, nobody's saying that
Too
Ted
long.
Daniels should turn his paycheck in because he has to believe in the story. So how do you feel about that? This accusation that people, and not just you, once you become a larger channel, but people show up. How do you feel about this accusation that they're grifters because they want to monetize their YouTube channel or because they want to do this?
Well, it's capitalism. If people want to
fucking, you know what I mean? Get it. Yeah, look at thumbs up. Get in on the grift.
If I create a service that people think is worth giving their hard-earned money to, that's capitalism. That's their choice. So if you want to call that grifting, I call it capitalism. I provide a service that people feel is of value. You know, if I wasn't putting out the kind of news that people wanted to read, then people wouldn't give to it. I don't beg for money. People want to give me money. People want to buy Turtle Club subscriptions. People want to buy stuff from the store. And people want to pay me to have their messages read on the show. So that's capitalism. If I wasn't worth it, they wouldn't offer to do that. So fuck it. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
right
and
with
I'd say
on the capitalism, people don't have a choice regarding the business arrangements that we make with YouTube. It's a business. You've got to do your tax. You've got to do everything that's involved with a business. So people don't get a choice when it comes to you and your business arrangements with YouTube. Well, Aiden's been demonetized, so you don't really have a business arrangement with YouTube anymore, do you?
Well, I'm actually remonetized, so I do have a. Yesterday, I did a stream that I had to cancel. I canceled it, and I'm getting used to monetization because when you're demonetized, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say in your show, and you can play whatever music you want, and nothing matters because you're not making money off it anyway. So like for instance, I did that hostage video, as they called it, like about me and Karen Reed, like a couple weeks ago, and it got like over 100,000 views, and I'm like, I made like $1,000 on that video. I'm like, whoa. You can do that? Holy shit!
Yeah, no,
wow,
this is
damn.
a job.
And
he does good, very, very good. I mean, I don't know to what extent, but
so then I do another one, and I did the outro that has like the "Move, bitch, get out the way," and so that's a Ludacris song. It doesn't belong to me, so the whole thing you can't make a dime off it. And so like yesterday, I did a impromptu stream with Sean, talking about Sean Paul Reyes from Long Island Audits, and I did the intro with the Higgins video, but that's not even thinking, it's just so routine. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I could have a big audience on this. And I'm like literally just pissing money away over an intro video.
How did she kiss you, Mr. Higgins? Not like a friend. That was the funniest thing ever.
So I just did it again without the intro, and it's cool.
Right. I love that. And I'd venture to say, when we're talking about monetization and deserving to get paid, the difference between Ted Daniel getting a check and you getting a check is the people who are paying you are directly paying you because they appreciate and approve of your work. And Ted Daniel just works for a company that pays all their employees. You know what I mean? I think it's actually more meaningful that subscribers are paying you directly. It's a direct model. They're buying exactly what they want instead of just getting every employee that works for Boston NBC 25, or whatever.
Like a wild chat. It's funny though. Yeah, he got demonetized a while back when he had the wrong opinion about a certain vaccine, Joe Biden, or whatever he used to say.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm a little bit over the whole word grifter. I mean, when you look it up in the dictionary, it doesn't actually mean
Embrace
what people
it.
thinks it means. It actually means tricking people out of their money. So if you've got people actually giving you their money because they want to give you your money, how is that grifting? How does that word actually match what's going on?
Also, who cares? Like, why
Right.
waste our time talking about what idiots call us on the internet? I don't give a
Exactly.
fuck what they say.
It's true. No, you're right about that. So Aussie was gonna,
He's
based on our
fucking
little
pissed.
conversation, Aussie was gonna ask you what's your favorite sexual position from our thing earlier. But I don't think you need to answer that one.
That was from the audience, actually. They had some funny questions.
Out of left field.
People wanted to know, I do have a super
No
chat
offense.
here.
It's a good question, honestly. I'm sorry.
Were you ever in fear of your life from the McAlberts while you're covering this story?
Not in the least. They don't scare me at all.
I'm not
What
sure.
about the police?
Police aren't
What about
gonna
the
kill
same
me.
question?
Fuck them.
Yeah, the police scare me, certainly, but I mean, they're not going to kill you, but they can lock you up at any point. Brian Tully scares me.
They might.
His institutional control scares me. The fact that he can just make up any
Well, it's ICE, but see what's going on in the last week.
charge he wants, and that a judge will, automatically believe he's telling the truth. That scares me. Certainly, yeah.
I would
Speaking
say,
of Brian, sorry, go ahead.
I
I
don't
would
like.
say it's
I don't
equally
like.
scary knowing that they could get away with murder. Like
Nothing scares me but like snakes and spiders. I don't like them at all.
they could actually kill you and get away with it. That's what this whole case demonstrated to us, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you know the right people, it certainly could. Yeah.
Scary.
So
as-
speaking of Brian Tully, he's someone that probably hasn't gotten enough exposure on what his
baby.
role was, and that's one of the things I'm most looking forward in your case to getting more details. I mean, he's the guy I call him the Ken Berkowitz of the Mass State Police, because he's the kind of the guy that's a puppet master in every interview, pulling every string. Do you think that you're ever going to see Brian Tully actually face consequences for some of the things that he's done?
No, absolutely not.
Not a chance.
So he's the guy that gets away with it.
Of course.
Oh, they're all going to get away with it. They've all gotten away with it. It's like the only one that had any sort of repercussions was Michael Proctor. But the rest of their life, the McAlberts will face social consequences for this. Everywhere they go, people will know exactly what they did. People will look at them differently. As far as Brian Tully and them, like, no, Brian Tully won't be that affected. Like, he's kind of a bit player in this. Like, most people probably couldn't pick Brian Tully out of a crowd. He looks like just another conehead. And he'll fade away into obscurity, state police in some remote location,
bald
collect
guy
his
from
pension,
Massachusetts.
and he'll be fine.
A lot of bald
But,
shaming.
there'll be no
out
other
there, by
repercussions
the
for him.
way.
It kind of feels like, other than Proctor, they're just doing the church
You're
thing.
gonna make me
just
get a
shuffle them
hairpiece.
somewhere else, and it'll
LTL.
all die down.
Yeah, it's very similar. Very similar to the Catholic Church.
Question
So-
on the screen first, Jason. First, hang on, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. No,
How
go
do
ahead.
you choose which media you're going to trust if
They're
you're going
fine,
to trust
Souvenir. I just
someone to
wanna
talk
see
with,
him.
Aiden?
Fucking. Ugh.
Who do I trust?
Yeah. How do you choose which ones you're going to trust?
Which
Yep.
media?
Yeah. Do you have a theory, or you
I
just like
can't,
winging it?
Nanya. I can't grow anything up the
Like,
middle. It's all
as
shit.
far as doing interviews and whatnot.
Yeah.
like,
You want me
sit
to
down-
grow a costume
Well,
cut?
I mean, I'll
suppose,
do an
but
interview with
I'm
anyone.
not fucking doing it.
I've done interviews with. I've never said no to an interview with anyone. I don't really give a shit what people say about me, good, bad, whatever. Like when I did the Atlantic story, for all I knew, that could have easily been a hit piece, but I don't really care if it is or it's not.
Ended up being a good story, actually. I
I thought it was really good. I really like the Atlantic story.
Yeah, I wasn't entirely. I wouldn't have trusted them to write the way that they did, and then when I read it, I was actually pleasantly surprised. So that's good.
He's not drinking pee right now. And if you come into the chat and like, yes, he is, we can prove it. I'm gonna fall over.
Your question. Sorry for interrupting you there, Jason. Just wanted to slip that one in from the audience.
No, it's okay, because we were talking about Brian Tully getting away with things. There are people that are still out there saying, we want justice for John O'Keefe. We're going to get justice for John O'Keefe. I'm of the impression that there's never going to be justice for John O'Keefe, because the state has now tried somebody else twice for the murder, and anyone that got charged in the future is just going to point the finger back at Karen Reed. How do you feel about that? Do you think we'll get justice for John O'Keefe?
Well, I mean, I've been over this like many. No, I never think we will ever. It's never going to happen.
Like a rat tail.
I kind of feel like they
if I
got
go
rid
to
of all
live
the
in
evidence,
Florida,
like
I'll
anything that
do
was
it,
going
something.
to definitively
wear a
prove
rat tail around here, people will kill you.
who was involved. It was all in that house, and it's all been destroyed.
They'll kick
concrete's
you out
been
of the
ripped up,
Cape for that shit.
The evidence is gone, and I feel kind of the same way that you do, Aiden. It's kind of hard for them to prove now, and they're always indefinitely going to have the excuse that third party culprit could have been Karen Reed. So I feel very disappointed that we probably aren't.
Hell, it would
I do
never
have
do a
one
ponytail. It's
super chat up
ridiculous.
here. Please ask Total Boy if there was ever a point when he thought walking away would be easier.
Like good. That's
I guess
good.
you know. I mean,
or Brian LTL here.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
but yeah, no. Or the one I have over here.
I guess it would certainly be easier, but then all it couldn't. I mean, this is also what I do for a living, so I didn't really have a choice. You know, it's like I couldn't just walk away. It's like, what would I write about? You know what I mean? I can't not write about the Karen Reed case. It's how I earn a living.
Weird me out.
So it wasn't really an option, unfortunately. So I just had to tune it down as best I could. You know, I did stop doing protests outside of Chris Albert's pizza shop. You know, I stopped. And no more rolling rallies. So, you know, no more contact with the McAlberts.
That pizza.
You know, so, you know, they were successful in that regard in changing my behavior. But, you know, I made my point, I feel like, and, you know, the reporting continues.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I have felt very much, what's the word, frustrated for you, because I know that what you're doing now is not the way you want to do it. Like, you've had to tone it back, and we like to see the Total Boy. So the fact that you've had to tone it back, but I kind of also feel like there's a positive side to that. Do you feel that too, that maybe some of the bigger media is taking it more seriously because you've had to tone it back? Do you feel that?
What do I feel? Who's taking it more seriously?
The bigger media conglomerates might take you more seriously because you've had to tone it back.
They got to take him seriously.
I mean, they're not going to take me seriously no matter what, or at least publicly they're not. So, you know,
it doesn't really matter.
Charges are still pending, so I guess.
And I still use swear words. I call people cunts on my show, so it's never, you know, they're never going to really embrace me. You know.
There is a super chat. It's not necessarily a question; it's a compliment. We are Atlantic Reader Brussels TB supporters from Brussels. The Bleeding Heart kind TB has the audacity necessary for the role he has played, resisting tyranny and corruption. I completely agree with you, Pro Gamer. Absolutely. I certainly don't have this tenacity and the staying power that you have. I would have run a mile already. Like the first charges that they dropped, I would have been okay. I'm out. So you definitely have that skill set, and I think people appreciate that.
Is that the secret sauce? I actually think that's probably the best word that I've ever heard to describe you. Do you think it's your audacity? Do you think that that's what your draw is? The fact that you don't give a fuck and you're going to do, and you're going to say and do whatever you do. Is that the draw? Or is it the intimidator?
If you want me to, yes,
I think it's what I say. And people like unfiltered takes, and they like to say, I say what they're thinking. And I think that's why a big part of why I've been so successful at getting a big audience for sure.
I keep missing the dono thing. I'm trying to pin it, but I can't catch it. Can I just get the mods to post the dono again one more time? There we go. I got it. Thank you, Michelle. Let me pin that. I kept missing it, but now we're there. We're pinned. For those who want to support Total Boy's upcoming hearings, he's got a lot on his plate. We still haven't even got to a goddamn trial hearing yet. We don't know when that is. Like this is way down the track. They just keep kicking the can. So he does need help with the funding. His dono is is pinned to the chat for those who would like to help the guy out. Please do follow the link, and I think it's a GoFundMe link, isn't it? A GiveSendGo, sorry. That's the platform, so YouTube doesn't take any of it. Go to that platform and send him some cash to help him out with his future. Do we have any idea yet when you're looking at going to trial, or do you think they're just going to keep kicking the can down the road like they have been?
No, I forget what show I talked about this on the other day. There's been so many, but no, there's no trial date even remotely close to being set. It's going to take years, I think, before we get.
Oh man, get that right.
Ever a trial? That would be my guess.
Right, I was hoping it wouldn't be years, so that we could just roll on from the Karen Reed into yours. And
well, I don't want a trial. A trial would be bad. Trial is like anxiety inducing. You want to avoid trial at all costs. So hopefully we get the charges to go away in another way. That's the goal.
I always wondered about that, the balance between good content and the fact that people really need to keep in perspective that this is actually your life and you're actually facing these charges and this jail time. So everyone, do you feel
crazy
now that you have done things like to avoid going to D&D pizza because we know they're going to charge you every time you do? Do you sometimes feel that pressure? I know you hate it when people tell you what to do. Do you sometimes feel that pressure of your audience kind of trying to push you into being more active, more aggressive, more going out and doing these things? Do you feel that pressure?
I haven't felt any pressure like that at all from people. Not in the least bit.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we've go ahead, read the super chat.
Sorry, super chat from Laurie Jean. Love you, Aussie. Thanks, doll. TB, are you tired? you are definitely not answering the actual question. Who do you trust? Meaning on YouTube. Yeah, I think that was a little bit behind. That was the last question, but thank you for the super chat. Go on, Jason.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at the time. We've taken up an hour of your time at this prime lunchtime thing. Is there anything else that you think that you need to get out that you want to say? This is a really hard interview in the sense that because you're so successful at your social media horror tour, a lot of the questions have already been asked. So it's really hard to come up with new and interesting questions for you on each of these new appearances. Do you think there's anything we didn't cover one more time?
Well, just on that, can I be perfectly candid about this? Well, obviously, elephant in the room, it has been a little awkward, this whole thing. I think we can all agree on that. But like, I don't. It's the format. I think it's just the asking of questions and me answering them, and it's especially because, like you said, I've answered a lot of these before. I think that future reference, because I like you guys, so I want to help. I'm being honest here. I think the best way to like this is just have a natural conversation back and forth, and the key is just keep the questions brief. Like when the questions come, brief to the point, you know what I mean? And so I'm not crapping on you guys all, because I love both of you. You guys have both been huge supporters, and I really, really enjoy reading your tweets and you're watching your videos and all that fun stuff. Right. But I'm very honest, and I can read the chat. I'm not stupid. We're all seeing it. Right. So like, I would say that like the reason that the Nurse Kim thing worked well is just because it's just like a natural form conversation. You know what I mean? It's like, whereas it's like, and the reason the AV one didn't work is because she came with a list of questions. You know what I mean? And it was just like asking me questions, and then I give an answer. And it's like, whereas like I'm best when we just roll with it. You know what I mean? When you're having like a Rogan style conversation and you don't know what's going to come next. You know what I mean? You don't know what tangent I'm going to go down. You know what I mean? See what I'm saying?
So are you saying that I shouldn't deactivate now and then disappear from social media and not respond to anyone's questions? I do. I think that's great. And I think that,
yeah, so we just kind of laid it out on the line, like, listen, let's kind of not do this anymore. This is probably the way you should do it. I mean, he's definitely not afraid to say something to anybody, clearly. So, it's good to be like that. Let people know where you stand.
I value your feedback in that sense, and I don't really ever care what the chat says anyway. And obviously along the way you do get that feeling where you're like, oh shit, like this didn't hit the way I wanted it to, or my question didn't make sense. And I'm good with it. I'm happy to roll with it in that way. And out of all the people in this movement who've given me advice in a couple of different situations, you've always given me the best advice. So so I have to say there were some times in the past where you reached out to me and said, hey, like, what are you doing? Like, this is what you're good at. Go do that. And so I'm always happy to hear constructive criticism and feedback from you. So
yeah, because I like you guys, and I don't want to, like, when the AV interview, which I'm sure a lot of people will now compare this to, it was not the same, because she didn't know anything about me. She didn't know any, like, the questions she asked were like indicate like she hadn't watched any of my stuff. I know both of you guys watch everything. Like you follow this shit, and you follow my case, so you guys get it already. You know what I mean? And like you said, it's it's not easy because a lot of these questions have already been asked. But I apologize. There was just a couple there where I just had a tough time following. I'm like, I lost track after a while. I'm like, and I'm like thinking in my head.
All right. Anyway, damn. Hold on. 3 hours and 8 minutes. All right. Did something happen after this, and should I play it? All right.
My head, I'm like, focus. Like, what's the question? You know what I mean? Like, I was trying my best. So I apologize if I didn't seem on my game. I tried my best.
I would just like to add to that when I actually have the camera switched on, I find it really difficult to focus. If I have the camera off, I'm actually a lot better and thinking, and I've got the next thought lined up. I've got things sort of a lot more organized. But as soon as I turn the camera on, it's all gone. So
no, you're doing fine.
I'm probably not helping with that either.
No, the only two times that I've seen Ossie on camera were when you popped into a panel and she went on camera, and now. So you're doing a good job. You're definitely bringing her out of her shell there.
Yeah, I mean, I always told her that she should just cam up. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? I say that about everyone. Everyone should just cam up. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? Own who you are. People are gonna love you no matter what. I mean, even if you look like Krista Luna, is that her name? Krista, the salty standout.
Krista Gibbon, yeah.
I mean, Krusty Panties cams up, and look at her. Like, it can't get worse than that. So just know that no matter what, like, nobody gives a shit. People like you for the things that you say, not the way you look, and like, who gives a shit? That's all I gotta say.
Right. Well, but today's a very good example how, like, my head's just, and I'm not asking good questions, and I'm not on my ball because I can see myself.
Isn't it like
back with it again?
Yeah, isn't it like 3 in the morning?
Would have been better by herself.
So there you go.
This question, we heard this I can't remember where we heard it now. That's even gone out of my head. But are you doing Crime Con? This was something that was mentioned, and I thought that would be bloody awesome.
I'm glad he didn't go to Crime Con because that lady is a skunk. That Susan Hendricks, the fucking weirdo.
In going to Crime Con?
Yeah.
I've never been there before. A lot of people keep telling me I should go. So when is it? It's in early September, right?
Yeah.
I guess I'd have to make that decision soon, wouldn't I? Make travel plans and everything.
Yeah. Do you know what Crime Con is?
Yes, it's like the big convention for true crimers, right? It's like the epicenter of true crime. Yeah, and it looks pretty popular. I didn't go last year, but I would assume
I learned all about that recently
at this year's Crime Con. So
I imagine it will be. So I reckon you know, being the person who put it out there, you probably should go. You'll love it. It's a great event. I've never been, obviously, because there's a bad one in Australia. But it is a great event. A lot of my true crime friends have been to the Crime Con. There's a lot of stuff. It's like a massive fair at the same time as
it's
in there
sometimes too.
There's a lot of stuff that's I know one of my friends went and got into the oxygen. We don't have those here, the oxygen bar and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of different stuff going on all around the convention. It's way fun. You should go, and we'd love to see you there because we'll be following it. So
well, maybe I will.
That Susan Hendricks lady and her and Matthias are just terrible people. And that idiot fucking doctor, whatever he is, fucking Licky McGee.
Gotta check my schedule, but maybe that's something I'll be doing. Stay tuned.
All right,
that sounds great.
All right, we did that one. Okay, we got that super chat. Where are we? I think I just missed one. Scroll. Sorry, guys. I did miss one. Here we go. This is a better combo. Well, thank you, ex-cop would like to say.
we try to take advice immediately. That's what we do. So it is interesting.
Did they have a show together at one? Like, were they like partners, or did he just come on there? Huh?
You see the way that all these things play out, and you have, you're doing your social media horror tour here. I'm thinking that there's probably people that are going to want you on panels at Crime Con, frankly, because you're the guy. It's indisputable that you're the guy that knows more about her case and your case, and at the heart of it, all these true crime podcasters and everything else are a form of journalism, no matter what. They're going on and giving their commentary and doing this, and you would think that your story is going to end up by being kind of just as big with them because they're also covering trials and giving hot takes and opinions. And I think that's what resonates about your case kind of universally, not just to the public, but to people who talk about this stuff online and journalists in general. How do you feel about that?
What?
Oh, sorry, that was
it's exactly the.
Sorry, I messed up. I was just going to show you that. Wow, not that. Hang on, show you that. Put the dates, just so you're onto that. The dates are September 5th to 7th, 2025, and it's in Colorado. So there you go.
Okay. Well, I'll have to check my schedule and I'll get back to you guys about that one for sure.
Awesome. Sorry for interrupting you, Jason.
No,
no, it's okay. So I think it'd be a great addition to Crime Con because I think you hit it on two fronts, which is obviously your knowledge of the case and then your case on top of it, because a lot of these people are journalists. So I just think that it's kind of a natural audience for you in terms of with the other panelists and the people that are covering this, because everyone is watching your case like a hawk. Like no one wants to be the next person charged with witness intimidation or.
Yeah, no kidding, but they won't be because they're not exposing an entire county. So nobody's probably going to get charged with it.
See the balance flip back to the government and against the First Amendment,
Mm-hmm.
So I really think that it's great to see the support that you're getting from other online creators and the law tubers and all of that. That's
this is an interesting comment. Do we have an ETA? Do we know about when we're going to be seeing the Dr. Total Boy documentary?
Within the next 4 to 6 months. That's the guess. Yes.
We're very, very much looking forward to it. So I think you were saying that there is a documentary first and that will be followed by a movie, right?
Well, that's the plan.
And the movie's what, a couple of years away?
Hopefully less than that. Hopefully within, I would hope. I mean, the story will be old by a couple of years from now, so the sooner the better, I would think.
Sooner the better. We're very excited for it. So it couldn't happen soon enough for most of us, but we're very much looking forward to it. Are you finding the documentary?
If he was working with her and he's asking him those questions, it's definitely fucking weird. I mean, that's crazy.
Are you finding it enjoyable working on the documentary, or is it a little triggering because you're going back through all this stuff that was basically your life for the last couple of years?
No, I mean, most of the filming took place actually in the 2 weeks leading up to Karen's acquittal. But other than that, they've been to my house, they did some interviews. So no, I love doing it. I don't mind talking about it at all.
Yeah, right. That's good. See, that's why you're the person for that job, because I would just find it also triggering, like considering you're still going for it, it's still part of your life, you're still finished. So yeah.
I think one of the things people don't know is just how busy you are. Aside from everyone sees this horror tour and you're popping up everywhere on a regular basis, though. How many hours do you think you work a week? Because I think people would be shocked at how much time you spend doing this.
Oh yeah, if he's hanging around with that one, Not good.
60, 70 hours a week. That's what I guess. I mean, I'm always working in some way, shape, or form, whether it's putting out content, researching stuff, responding to emails, reading messages, going on shows, preparing for shows. It's never ending, but it's fun. Yeah, I love what I do.
This is an interesting question. Do you have lots of control on the documentary, or are you happy with the level of control that you have?
Yeah, I don't really have any control over it, but I fully trust Jeff Caligari that he's going to make an awesome documentary on this. I fully trust him.
Not the guy that JFK says he knows, that guy, Jeff. And apparently, I think that's the same guy.
When are you coming to visit the Turtle Roos?
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not really. It's hard to find the time to travel anywhere. If I want to go to New Jersey, that would take a lot of planning. But maybe someday I'd like to see Australia before I die. We'll see.
Yeah, there's definitely hits differently now.
What you're familiar with in Australia, but I think we'll just leave the dumb questions out.
Okay, yeah, yeah, because I got to get going anyway. But because, like you said, I got a lot going on. But gotta go take care of some things. But thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Gotta go fix the refrigerator.
Thanks for putting up with us.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Talk to you later. Peace.
Right. Peace.
Have a good one.
Loving it. Well, there we go, Jason. That was our scripted, non-scripted, unplugged.
For sure. I honestly, I'm happy for the criticism. I wasn't really watching chat. I was trying to look over there to see if I could pick out questions.
I wasn't even watching chat.
But I do think it's fair. I really did. I think one of the reasons why you and I talked in the first place and we wanted to do it together was it really is hard to come up with. It's hard to come up with questions, especially this late in the thing, because there's so many things. But I really do appreciate the advice of the conversational style, and it's just hard to kick off because that's what you're trying to get to that moment where you say something that sparks interest or that does that. And whatever, I'll take I don't mind taking the lumps. And
Kylie Cosmos, I was snipped a couple years ago. I only shoot blanks, so yeah. And the real Cossy, I'm positive probably isn't.
Hey, I'm not an interviewer or a journalist, so I'll let you take the criticism however you want. But
yeah, everybody knows that I'm a writer, and I know that Aiden knows how much I support him, and I don't really care about the rest of it.
Yeah. So,
but I do want to hold on. I do want to respond to some of the specific criticism in the chat where I will say, like Sophie Newman, I like Aussie, but the bald dude. I'm the bald dude, by the way. That's me.
Hey, bald dude.
Needs to shorten his 2-minute questions. I will say, like if my questions got longer, it's because I read that he wasn't following what I was trying to ask. So in the moment I was trying to explain my question a little bit better.
We tried not to script it, and so when you don't script it, you get the long version.
Yeah.
When you try not to script it, we'd asked him, what do you prefer? And he said, I prefer the interview style. I prefer question and answer.
Sorry. Okay, people in the chat, I'm getting mixed results. You want to stop this? Actually, I should probably get something to eat. I've slept like an hour and a half in the past 2 days. I couldn't sleep when I got home last night. I was too amped up or something. Yeah, hot take. So yeah, but yeah, I think I'll cut it right here because I'm overtired to the point where I'm wacky. But so yeah, we'll pick it up tomorrow though. We'll go over some other stuff. We'll not this stuff, but say we'll do some LTL stuff. I mean, I paid $2 for it, right? Might as well get my money's worth out of it. And we'll do oh shit, I gotta do this. Oh, there it is, that one. Okay. All right. Jess Walsh is a new member. U.S. Lily is a new member. Natasha Gorby, 199 super sticker. Thank you very much. Jen's dog Jonah is a member. I gotta get glasses. I can't see shit, man. I'm old. Okay. Is that the same one I just read? That's the same one? All right. Side-Eye Jess, thank you very much. $5. Did I already read that one? That Dina, damn it, gifted 5 MC CossyG memberships. Thanks for coming to my presentation. And thank you for the gifted memberships. Pinky promises. I look stupid doing this, so I'm going to take myself off here. Pinky promises is a new member. She likes Texas is a new member. Blue 5917 279. I think I already read that. Nellyville, new member. Sarah B. Creative, new member. Me V 499. Thank you very much. Take my money, Cossy. You are hilarious. Thank you very much. You are a kind person. Thanks for being here. Laleen, new member. Laleen gifted 5 members. Thank you very much, Laleen. GP Dog Drool did the same. Thank you very much. B Crumbs gifted 5 memberships. MC Cossy memberships. She likes Texas did another 10. Wow. You guys are incredible. I had no idea this would be like this on any level. I had 11 people in my thing the other day. It's wild. Terry Sue is a new member. Taint Amber is a new member. All the familiar faces are new members. Winnie's mom is a new member. GP Dog Drool, $20. Thank you so much, GP Dog Drool. You're the best. Hey, Auntie Deb, look at that. Hey, Jimmy, thanks a lot. Thank you. I was about to relapse. Yeah. I know. It's tough, right? That was a tough one. 1999. Thank you so much, Jimmy. You're an awesome guy. Moesk, new member. Fearless Farm Girl, new member. Kylie Cosmos 3371 is a new member. She also gifted an MC CossyG membership. See, I'm getting used to this a little bit. Nicola SVT is a new member. And that takes care of that. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much. Like I said, I had no clue it would be like that. But check it out. There's me and Bradelo, the better Radel. He's a cool dude, man. He's a powerhouse for sure. Yeah, I did see that. I did see that apology after the fact. I remember that for some reason, but not so much this. Yeah, Nan's fucking nuts, man. LTL may be the funniest person on the planet at this point. Him and Kurt. Kurt's dating advice and chicken shop. Uncivil Kurt and LTL may be the funniest people online. But I won't copy Nick and get a micro peen counter going. That's kind of lifting this shit. I won't do that. But Mark was short. Yeah, I mean, I knew he was short, but he was surprisingly short. But like I said, I mean, everybody, I shook everybody's hand. Yeah, strong old handshake, man. I was like, hey, look, strong dude. Probably tear half of these people apart. Run right up their back and put them in a headlock. Talking about Betterow. Mark Betterow, the guy in the picture. That's me and him. Anyways, I don't even want to leave because there's so many people here, but I love you fine people. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for coming to my presentation. And we'll do some other fun stuff tomorrow. What do you think? All right? Thanks, everybody.
Just Andrew Timmons. Yo, I'm the man in charge, triple dip justice, my reach is large, indicting T-Rex arms, yeah they on display, short reach, big mess on a public way, yo. Adjust your antennas, tune in tight, Cossy rules the bench, I'm the law tonight. Be so high, they touch the sky, the joke ain't over, just watch me fly. Adjust your antennas, tune in tight, Cossy rules the bench, I'm the law tonight. Be so high, they touch the sky, the joke ain't over, just watch me fly. Advanced years, wisdom stacked, try me once, no turning back. James Jackson ordered, case dismissed. CossyG strikes, you won't resist. Order in the court, the rhythm pounds. Justice echoes, breaking bounds. Prosecutor by day, mic in hand by night. Adjust your antennas, I'm the signal, alright. Antennas, tune in tight.